Alright, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's turn down the music a little bit. Let's see here. Alright. Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Hi everybody, hi Pip, hi Holywit, hi Ray. How's it going? It is good to see you all. I hope you all are doing so well today. Let me turn down the music just a bit. Hi guys, how's it going? It's been a while since I've done a Limbus stream. I hope you... Ooh, this is some cool music, I like this. How are you guys doing today? Hope you all are doing well. Couple of updates. I unfortunately will not be able to stream the first part of Canto 9 release because I will not be in the country. I'll tell you all about that when I get back. I am hopping. Yes. Hi Zel. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing great. I'm excited to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm like, you know what? Why not make a stream out of it? So I won't be able to stream the first part of Canto 9, which really sucks, but I do hope to get to it when I get back. As well as next Monday, or this Monday technically, is the last stream for a couple of weeks because of that same reason. Just to let you guys know, but this will be our, like, predecessor, my predictions for Limbus Company before it comes out and everyone spoils it for me. So, without further ado, let's see. Hi, Mochatail. New Year's Eve celebration, I presume? Yeah. Something of the sorts for sure. I'll give much more details once I'm back from the trip. But without further ado, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the music and let's go ahead and share the web browsing. Actually, I wonder if I can. Actually, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. Okay. So here we are. First, here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch the Limbus trailer. Will this work? Will this work? I think so. Hi, Alark. Hi, Mochatail. You're finally alive. Great. That's good to hear. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to watch the trailer. And I'm going to point out different things that I notice about this. Are you guys ready? I'm so stoked for this. I'm so excited. Let me know if you guys can hear this correctly. I'm sure you've all seen it. I really hope I don't get copyrighted for this. Okay, this is going to take a little bit because we're going to try and break this down, right? Because I watched it this morning and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of people who don't get this, but there's so many teasers in this. Granted, I could be wrong. But I want to try and break it down. Will there be spoilers? No. Project Moon is very, very good about not spoiling things. Oh, but for my predictions, there might be spoilers? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting it right or not. So, we'll see. Okay. Alright. So, let's start with this. This is the first opening scene of the teaser. There is a clue of thread raveled in a single strand whose beginning is its end. Okay. So... I thought I had something for this. I actually don't. But we do know that there's like some sort of like red string that's important because we do see it in a lot of Ryoshu's uptight stories. It probably represents like the flow of life or attachment, if I had to guess. Okay, we see a hand here. I don't know if I can actually back it up. That was really fast. Yeah, so kind of more of a fancier clothing style, kind of gives me Canto 6 vibes. It just kind of curves very quickly. But I do think the hand is important. Again, I could be reading too much into this, but we do know in Ryoshu's uptight art, there is like a bit, she has each of the 5 fingers, so the whole entire hand must be important. I'll explain why in a bit. Oh, I did not mean to do that. My bad. I didn't realize that was a thing in the opera. Alright. Okay. Multiple threads. Moments become wefts and wraps that crisscross into a weave. We do know this is important because of the spider's house relation that Li Heng mentioned in Canto 8. This is probably referring to the spider's house. The flow of time spools into a single spot. So this is probably if I had to guess, this is because maybe Ryoshu is stuck at a specific moment in time, like, because sometimes trauma does that, like it makes you stuck in one moment in time, and it feels hard to get mentally past that. Maybe that's what it's referring to. I could be on crack. Granted, you joined the stream knowing that I would go on a lot of crack theories. You know my crack theories of like Dante is Ayan, Faust is Angela, so expect crack theories from me. But I feel like I might be onto something. Child. This is the big thing about Ryoshu's Canto. We know that there's some sort of thing with a child in Ryoshu's Canto. There's been debate on whether or not Ryoshu is the child, based on the original poem, whether that's like Hellscreen, because there's I think in the poem there's a father and then there's a daughter. The way that Li Heng mentioned Ryoshu to be Yoshishide, I think that's how you pronounce it, that kind of made me think that she was the mother, because that's the father's name in the poem. But also, there's some hints as well that Ryoshu might be the daughter. I like to think that maybe Ryoshu's the mother of the poem, so she has a child, but also she has a father. So there's like this big like familial thing, because we see that in Canto 7 and we see that in Canto 8, that there is this theme of family. And so I feel like we're going to see a lot of Ryoshu's family. That's going to be her father and that's going to be her child, because Li Heng did mention that she had a child. So I do believe that not only is she the mother in the poem, which Hellscreen is a bit of a read. I don't recommend it because it's really rough. It's very traumatic and awful. Which I'm very curious how Project Moon's going to handle the topics that Hellscreen handles. But that's kind of where my thought process is. I feel like Ryoshu's a mother, but I also think she's the daughter of something, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Let me catch up with chat real quick. The thread is based off the spider's thread from the same author of Hellscreen. Yes, I do remember that. I do think it's from the spider house that was mentioned, and from the original poem Hellscreen. Again, I'm really curious how Project Moon is going to cover these hard topics, because it's going to be like really, really intense. I don't think I can actually talk about it on stream without, being demonetized or something, or being taken down. But it's a read. It covers some really heavy topics, and I don't think Project Moon is either brave enough or willing enough to cover the topics that are actually covered in that poem. Child, are you sure that's her child? I'm pretty sure, because we know in 8.5, the Intervallo 8.5, she knows how to work with children, and Li Heng mentioned that she had a child back at the spider's house. So I'm thinking that this is just a big family, and her father is maybe the father of the poem, but Ryoshu also has a child. So we'll see how it plays out. Don't eat the child, please. This is such a sweetheart baby. He's just a baby. Thumb. We are getting the thumb. Because we know this because of the hat. The specific shade of red with the gold trimmings is a thumb ID immediately. Of course, like the ID is kind of, or like the person is finally blocked out. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out. I'm pretty sure they will ignore the essay, switch to something else. Yes, I do think so. I do think that Project Moon will switch it to something else, because I don't believe Project Moon will cover that kind of heavy topic. Hear me out, chat. I'm most likely wrong, because it's really rare that I don't think Project Moon would actually do this. What if this is Marie? If you don't know who Marie is the love interest of Mersault, who is Canto 10, the next Canto. because Marie is very much described to have blonde hair. We know from Lee Hang's thumb ID that he's talking with a very prestigious woman that seems to kind of captivate him, even though Mersault is very bland. And my theory is that that woman is Marie and I think this is Marie. Again, I could be wrong. I haven't read Hellscreen fully. I just know of like its general premise, but I think this is Marie because she's very much described as blonde. She would be in a more prestigious thing considering Mersault's story. It would be really cool to see if this person was Marie, because then it would lead into a perfect tie into Canto 10, as we saw Project Moon do in Canto 8 with Lee Hang, leading up to Canto 9. So if they did this for Canto 10, I feel like that would be awesome. I think this is Marie. It could be someone from Ryoshu's story again. I'm very curious to see what they'll do with it, but this would be really cool if this was Marie from the Stranger Mersault's material. Mersault bags a thumb member is crazy. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Have you seen the guy? Like, hi, I had no idea you were streaming this, and similar have no idea what you're talking about. That's okay. I'm talking about Limbus Company lore. I am making theories about the next Canto that's coming up, and I'm waiting to be proven wrong on all of them because I believe that they're all correct. But it's fun to theorize. I doubt it, but it would be cool. It would be. Oh, stop making a fuss. It's only a slap. Either this is Marie, or this is Ryoshu's. It could be Ryoshu's mother, because we do know that she has a very heavy tie with Ryoshu, with upcoming scenes, but I'll explain that in a bit. Okay, so yep, it's clearly a thumb number. We still get the details of like this is kind of the thumb's weaponry, and thumb suit and all. Yeah, we know this is a thumb number. That's very clear. It's with the child. Clearly, this thumb member is not treating the child well at all. We see the child here, with a little red dress. So that'll be interesting, to kind of debunk. But so there's not a clear good relation. That's obvious. Let's continue. That sounded very not good. I'm very worried on what they've done to this child. Okay. Oh, yep, more thumb. We know that. What a mess. That's terrifying. I feel like they harmed the child somehow. Hey, Ticket, clean yourself up with this. You're not looking pretty. I can't really take too much from this. I know, like, the spider thread is like, oh, all of this is weaving together somehow. All of the fingers are connected to each other somehow. We don't necessarily know how connected they are. I mean, obviously they're very connected because it's a spider's web and it all stretches out in different directions, but they all come to the same base. I'm really nervous what they're doing to this child. Yeah, just more of that thumb. Like, there's a cigar. I'm curious if this woman is the sap capo, or like second in command. With how she's dressed, she looks very similar to Lee Hang, so I'm curious if there's a relation there. Thumb. This is the big thing. This is the big thing that a lot of people missed in this season, I think, at least from the people that I've talked to with about this trailer, is they missed the fingers. So we clearly know that this is the thumb. It's showing the hand. I think the spider's house is the thing that's connecting all of the fingers together, which is why they're called fingers, because the spider house is the hand. But we see this, like, the spider thread is around the thumb, so that's the thumb plot line for this Canto. Let me catch up on chat real quick. I assume the dialogue here is a part of another cutscene where the thumb lady is disciplining Kid Ryoshu instead of Kid Ryoshu. Yeah, fair enough. Wait, no, baby Ryoshu I meant. Fair enough. Yeah, we know that this is the thumb arc. The thumb lady is trying to discipline the child. maybe even harms it. We don't know. And it's not really looking good. Which is probably why Ryoshu really hated Lee Hang in Canto 8. We're jumping to the middle. We're jumping to the middle immediately. So we skipped the index. We're jumping to the middle. What are you doing, my man? It's a white colorway in your hand. It's a white. Why is white stressed? So we do know that Ryoshu, has some ties with the ring. I wonder if they're specifying white because it's blank. It's a canvas. There's nothing on it. There's no color, no art, no nothing. So I'm curious if that has some implications. Yep, middle. I recognize the I immediately recognize the big coat. So we know it's a different metal member. It's not Ricardo. Thankfully, could you imagine if it was Ricardo? That would be crazy. So it's a different metal member, not one that we've seen yet, but pretty sure I remember my little girl asking for a black one. So I feel like I should have some deeper Limbus Company knowledge of this, considering all we know about the middle. Interesting. I mean, I guess like the middle is all about family. The middle is all about like family and that tight knit thing, so it makes sense. But I mean, like, I guess I never really expected them to actually have families considering their work environment. Let's put it that way. This looks like oh wait, this guy, he looks like who's that guy from Canto 2? That Rodion has like beef with or something. Oh, what's his name? Chat, help me out. What's the guy's name from Canto 2? He kind of looks like he has the same hair. Sonya, yeah, Sonya. He looks like Sonya a bit. He kind of sounds like Sonya too. That would be really funny if Sonya turned out to be a middle. We do know a little bit about the Eurodivi, but that, I don't know how they pull that off. I don't actually think it's Sonya. I'll put that out there. I don't think it's Sonya, but it kind of looks like him, which is really interesting. That or yeah, I have no idea elsewhere. Because he has white hair. It's the same like haircut as white hair as well. Like there's so many different styles for white hair, and I mean, it actually kind of looks like Faust. That'd be really funny if Faust had his ID or something. Kind of looks like Faust's haircut too. I don't know. Let's see. Let me catch up with chat. I have a theory that the spider house is the middle ground between the fingers, and there they train kids to be soldiers for the fingers. That checks out. We'll definitely find out. Like, we'll definitely find out in this canto, I guess, what the spider house really entails. But I do believe that's a really good theory. Faust middle ID incoming. Yeah, for real. Wait, if he's a middle finger, then would that mean he's and rude or kind of romantic? Just because some people put wedding rings on the middle finger? No, so the middle is kind of like a Hawaiian sailing group who are very big on family and revenge. If you do something to upset any middle member, your name gets written in the book, or as they refer to it, you get booked, and they will forever seek revenge on you, usually with 99% of the time it ends up with you dying. And they will hunt you until you're dead. We're actually in trouble with the middle currently in Limbus Company, where we are in the lore. So we've had issues with that, aka Ricardo and all. So they're a crime gang. I'm not really sure what they actually do. Like in terms of like when they don't have anyone to avenge. I feel like they're super easy to offend, so they always have people to revenge and kill. But I'm not really sure what they do outside of that, I'm not gonna lie. I know they sail. I know they party. But that's about it. Nah, Sonya will be the connect with Damien. Oh, no. I'm very curious how to put like the whole like Damien group into this. Man, I hate that kid. I hate that kid so much. I have words for that kid. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, but this is really interesting because like he has middle clothing on top, but everything else under him is white. Isn't that like, don't the index wear white? The index wear white and the ring wears white. So I wonder if like, I wonder if like he's like a part of many. It's clear that he has some middle relation, but like middle members, from my understanding, they don't usually wear white under their clothing. They usually wear like Hawaiian shirts or stuff like that. He's just being fancy? I guess so. The middle don't really strike me as a fancy type, though. That's the thing. So here they are with again. So this guy knows this thumb gal. They're talking about the child. The child has tanner hands, which kind of leads me to believe that it's not Ryoshu. I don't think this is Ryoshu. I feel like, well, it might be. It very much might be. It would be really funny if this was Ryoshu and Lee Hang's child, and Ryoshu just hates him because he's a deadbeat dad. I'm not saying that's true. I just think that would be really, really funny. They can wear white. The reason why Ricardo uses tropical clothes is because he's from the south. That's fair. That's fair. Buddy, if you ever find anything you don't like, you can talk to me about it. Yeah, so the middle are really big on family. You know, if you upset one of their family members, it's like, oh, hey, I'll take care of this for you. Don't worry about it. But you can't leave the family. That's also the thing. Like, once you leave the family, you're on the book. They will come and kill you, probably. So that's something to consider as well. I guess his shirt is, like, a little bit low considering this, which also fits the middle style, especially what we've seen from the middle members from the East. So, that's something to consider. But apparently there are connections between every single member, because we have middle members here, we have thumb members here. We're going to see more pretty soon, I'm sure of it. But they all have connection to this child. I do wonder if, what if like Ryoshu's like the key to turning on them all together? I wouldn't put it past Project Moon to make, you know, a character such a quote main character energy. Cough, Don Quixote. Don Quixote. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like Ryoshu does have some sort of importance to everyone, but I'm not sure what it is. We also know that she had a she ID clothing in her art. I think before it got changed, like her center art, but we can check that out a bit later. Okay. Always make sure to avenge the wrongs no matter what I gotta do to get there. But really base like middle mindset. The ring. Okay, so now we've moved on to the ring. So, because like each different finger has a different faction. For those who don't know Limbus lore, we've seen the thumb and the index in Library of Verena, and we've seen the middle and the ring in Limbus Company, and we're now just beginning to see the pinky. So, but yeah, so we've covered the thumb. The thumb, by the way, is a very like, you listen to authorities, you don't backtalk what your superiors say. If you do, you get punished. It's very like a hierarchy. You must listen to what your boss says at all times, no matter what it is, no matter how cruel it is to other people. The authorities are in charge. And they pretty much wield the entire gun industry in Limbus Company. So there's that too. All the bullets, everything, they're in charge of it. The ring are people who paint from people's corpses. They take blood, they paint with it. Big thing, if you've heard me rant about my OC Jekyll and Hyde, who were from the ring, I know a lot about the ring because, well, it's part of Hyde's lore, their side of the story and all. Yeah, they kind of have like a student, docent, and maestro. It's kind of like art school, but like dystopian, to explain it at the very least. But if we know that every kid comes, you know, say if like NRS's theory is right, and every kid comes to the spider house and then gets put into the ring, or not put into the ring, put into one of the fingers, then I'm gonna have to completely change Jekyll and Hyde's lore to be lore accurate. But we'll see. We'll see what the Spider House means. I'm more than certain that we'll get the answers before my Canto comes out. So there's that. But yeah, so the ring is like a bunch of artists that paint with corpses. So kind of gross, kind of icky. But we also know that they love the art of blood, in which we know that this is important to Ryoshu's character. Even in like Canto 1, we see Ryoshu enjoying seeing corpses and calling it art. You know, she has like a standard for how people die and whatnot. We know that's a part of her character. We see it in Canto 2, Canto 3, like it's very evident in her culture. So the ring has a really big focus in Ryoshu's life. Though I'm curious why over here it's a bone hand. If that makes sense. Maybe the said person is dead? Because the rest of the arms have been like the rest of the arms have been very like alive, and this one is clearly a bone, which is interesting. So either like maybe the ring member connected to Ryoshu is dead, or the ring has broken off from the Spider House because it's dead. Or prosthetics too. That is also a thing. I don't think that every finger member is from the Spider House, but every person from the Spider House is connected to the finger. Yeah, I feel that. Prosthetics. Yeah, prosthetics could be a thing too. I feel like the ring wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that, especially if they use their own limbs for their art or something. Oh, let's read this text. To reveal the beautiful original form of human corpses to the world, the skin must be removed and the spine severed. Again, that whole they think that like, you know, the human body is very beautiful, but it's just not displayed correctly when people are alive, obviously. The original form of human corpses to the world. The original form is interesting because I think that goes against like the whole prosthetics things. The skin must be removed and the spine severed. That just kind of sounds like it's up their alley of painting and whatnot. Because when you remove the skin, then you have the muscle and the blood. This is giving like Canto 8 finale vibes, honestly. I don't think it's meant to be metaphorical or symbolic. Maybe not. I don't know. Again, this is like a whole bunch of crack theories, Galax. Because I don't know. I'm digging into it purposely, just because content. I'm just kidding. But
세상에 드러내려면 살갗을 도려내고
that voice sounds really familiar. That sounds really familiar. Maybe they use the same voice actor, but like that voice sounds so familiar. Also weird, like maybe they like they're actually painting with their hands with these hands, because these are not like normal. These are clearly like metal of some sorts. Maybe they're using it to like paint a certain way, like abstract art or something. I don't know. But this is not like a normal hand. The ring are known to put other stuff on their bodies, fair enough. Honglu comes to mind. Yeah. Oh, okay, this is big. This is really, really big. Okay. We see more of the prosthetic thing. We see the kind of sort of unnatural. I don't know. I can't bend my hand that far back. This guy looks completely robotic. Look at his neck. So his neck looks robotic. So maybe he just completely replaced himself with like robotics, because this is not a normal neck. Or it could just be a piece that's on his neck. I'm not sure. The Ring are also very known for wearing their flat white, because you know when they paint it gets dirty and it shows like experience or something. I don't know. I read Leviathan, there was something about that, but they really do like their white clothing. The yellow trim is very interesting. This guy looks like he's a maestro, because every student I've seen is really dirty. Every docent I've seen kind of has kind of a white clothing, but it's more of a white suit. This guy is super fancy. Super fancy. With like these and the yellow trim. And I'm curious what's under there. It looks like the same pattern as his neck. So there's definitely something there. This weave is really interesting. I feel like we see that on the abnormality, like the teaser ego. I don't know. This looks a very familiar mesh. It looks like a very familiar mesh. But yeah, this guy looks like a maestro. We're probably gonna have to fight a maestro, and it's gonna suck. But he's probably a very important member of the ring. The docents and the students don't have this. I'm really curious if they'll tie this into Leviathan, because we do experience the ring a lot in Leviathan, which is Virgilius' story. We experience how, like, you know, a little bit of the split shard drugs got out. We got how they, you know, how Garyon became Charon. That's probably spoilers. Sorry about that. But I'm curious if they'll tie that in with like Virgilius' story, because Virgilius' story has a lot to do with the ring. And this guy looks like a maestro, and maestros would very much know about what happened then. I'm very curious what tie this guy has in Ryoshu's life. This is probably what Li Heng meant when he was talking to Ryoshu about, like, oh, have you contacted like your 5 daddies or something, you know, like from each of the from each finger. That's what I'm expecting, at least. Let me catch up with chat. That's what I was thinking. Prosthetics is weird for the ring because they believe in true humanity. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I guess they have a different version of humanity. That could be true. This could be like a different subsection of the ring. But I mean, who knows? I can bend my hand that far. I'll show you sometime. It freaks people out. Yeah, that seems really odd. But like when I think it clanked. I think it clanked when it did that. So I'm a little. Yeah, did you hear that sound? Like that's a very like metallic kind of thing. I don't know if it's like the metal things on his hand to paint that are just clinking together, or if it's actual wrist that's metal. I mean, this isn't a normal arm, so it very much just could be metal, or he lost it in the fight or something. Who knows? We'll learn. Dubby, are we going to have a middle team? Probably. It's going to be Hayasho with the team building. We'll see. Oh, that approach, however, runs the risk of being far too safe with the composition. Again, the ring is very, like, risk-taking, very, like, we want to extract the pure, quote, beauty of blood and the human body and kind of whatnot. So he was saying that about his previous statement, the skin must be removed and the spine severed. So, if you were to do that, far too safe with the composition, it's probably just one of their methods on how they create their paintings that they sell for millions. We see that in the auction in Leviathan. Let's continue. Yep, okay, here we go. So it looks like both of his arms are that way. Oh, so it looks like his chest plate is metal the same as his neck. And he has, again, that really rich, like, that really rich looking attire, which makes me think he's a maestro. All of these people look super important. This woman looks very high up in the thumb, and she has to be like we just encountered Li Heng, which is like third in command, and he died supposedly. Who knows? So you might come back. Project Moon's not known for that kind of thing. I guess his head was severed. I don't know. So she looks very important and high up in the thumb. He kind of just looks like a middle member. The ring member looks really, really, really important. So, we'll see. I think we will get every officer of the finger as an ID this season. At least we hope we do. I hope we do too. That would be really neat. But this guy looks important. The thumb member looks important. But they all have interest in this child. And I'm starting to think that this child is Ryoshu. We see the black hair. We see the red eye here. Kind of the red dress. She has like a bob already. I feel like this child is Ryoshu. I feel like Ryoshu is this child. Weird crate that they have her in though. But they all have interest in this specific child. I don't know it's because of her speed. We do know from Intervalo 7.5 that she ranks 3rd in the power scale. First is Dawn. Obviously, Project Moon has her favorites, main character energy. Then it's Otis. And then it's Ryoshu. So maybe that's why they have interest in her, because like she's more powerful than like Mersault. And Mersault is, have you seen Mersault fight? Like, he's goated. So Ryoshu's gotta be more powerful than Mersault. So maybe that's why all of these finger members are taking interest in her, because she has some sort of potential. I'm not sure though. Do you notice the dude behind him? Yes, I haven't gotten to him. He is probably the most important. He's probably the most important, but we'll get to him later because we're still kind of on the ring. Pretty sure it's Ryoshu. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ryoshu now. But I also think that Ryoshu has a child herself. I could be wrong. I could very much be wrong. But I do think Ryoshu has a child. So Ryoshu is the palm with the fingers. She very much could be, being with all the fingers. I don't think that they will show the child in the trailers. Probably not. Or would she just be the index? No. I think Ryoshu has ties to all of them. She might be some important thing in the spider's house that ties all of the fingers together, like the hand. We'll see. But she has some important to every finger. I think it's because she has some sort of potential that they all want from her. Here's a saying, after all, art is accumulation of moments and choices and the suffering therein. Oh my goodness, that fits Hyde so well. Jekyll and Hyde, that fits him so well. Anyway, regardless, but like, moments and choices. So maybe they're thinking Ryoshu's life will be an art. Well, accumulation of moments and choices. I don't know if they're watching her like, Hong Lu's being watched. I won't spoil. Well, this is kind of a bit spoilers, expecting most of y'all to be beyond Canto 8 or know a little bit about it. So I don't know if they're watching her like Hong Lu, but I do think they have some sort of player interest in her life, and it's supposed to benefit them in some way or in some manner. I don't know how it's going to benefit all of them. We know that the fingers don't really get along too well, but we'll see. Alright, let's get to this guy. Oh yeah, because all of these spider strings are coming down to this bench, to this thing that Ryoshu is in. So Ryoshu clearly has like big importance because all of these spider webs, these spider things that are around all of these characters, like are all coming back to Ryoshu. So I'm very, very curious what importance Ryoshu has to each of the five fingers. They've evidently made that clear in a subtle way, but they've made it clear that Ryoshu is very important to each and every one of the fingers because of these spider threads. Yoshiside. This is the name that Li Heng used when referring to Ryoshu. So this is probably her real name. We know that Don Quixote is actually Sancho, Honglu is actually Jiabayo, and Ryoshu is actually Yoshiside. So we do know that that this is referring to Ryoshu, and it's very evidently clear that this is Ryoshu now. Will you impart your impression of this piece, how it appears in your eyes? So maybe Ryoshu is very favored. This gives me the impression that, again, Ryoshu is of great importance to these guys. Very much like, they care what she thinks, they care how she acts, they're very much involved in her life. Probably not for the better. There's probably a reason why Ryoshu ran away to Limbus Company. But will you impart your impression of this piece and how it appears in your eyes? So it's also knowing what the ring does with art. It's very evident that they also traumatized Ryoshu when she was a kid. But yeah, she has. I can't stress enough how important she is to all of these guys. The fact that a maestro. An assumedly maestro is asking this child, Ryoshu, what she thinks of his art, of this piece, and how it appears in her eyes, means that she has some sort of authority, some sort of big importance that a maestro, a master of his craft, would go to her about his art. Because, usually the docents and the students would always go to the maestro to ask, feedback on their work. If you fail 3 strikes, you're out, you're dead, kind of thing. But, in a maestro going to Ryoshu for this piece is crazy. I don't know for certain, but that is an insane thought that the maestro is going to this child, Ryoshu, and asking for her opinion. Traumatizing her in the process, most likely. But I don't know like Ryoshu's importance enough to understand why, but it's clear that it's there. Let me catch up in chat. I'm wondering how the sword is important and how it ties in with everything. Maybe that is Ryoshu's child. Maybe she wanted to spare her child from the spider's house and took it with. I'm not sure. I do think we will see her sword unsheath in Canto 9, which is why we're going to create a bingo after this of like what we expect in Canto 9. We'll create a bingo together. But maybe that is her child because she doesn't let anybody else touch it. Either it has like some super important engravings on it, or it has some connection to her kid. So, was Ryoshu born to hold the sword, and is this what it means by your impression of this piece? It could be. It really could be.
그대 눈에는 이 작품 어떻게 보이시나요?
The child looks scared. The child looks traumatized. Ryoshu looks traumatized. Like, these are all really, really terrible people to be the first ones in her life. The thumb, the index, the middle, the finger, the ring, the pinky. Like, all, like, horrible, horrible, horrible people to be the first influences in her life. Like, I do not think that she has a good childhood. At all. Because of the people who are influencing her. Index! Here we go. The index finger. So, to explain what the index is a group of, it's one of the fingers, it's one of the biggest crime things in the city. All 5 fingers are. But the index, follows what they call the prescript, which is like random, instructions generated by the city. There's little lore on it, but generated by the city, and they have a different, like, system on how they carry them out. Like, they have the messengers, they have the people who enact them, and then the people who punish those who don't fulfill them. But they follow the prescript to the T. Kind of how, like, Thumb follows the hierarchy to the T. Like, they don't question their authority at all. The index doesn't question the prescripts or what is written on them at all. Whatsoever. They very much, it's kind of like, no, I don't want to make the comparison. They just kind of follow it to a T, like a cult. There's no negotiating, like, this what the city said, what this, like, city machine says is law, and everyone must follow it, and if it's not carried out, the prescript will issue a punishment for it. Like, the prescript knows all kind of thing. That's what they follow, that's what the index follows. And if you fail to carry out the prescript, then you're cooked. This is interesting that it has a ring on it, though. Now, let's see. From the echo of your first cry to the whisper of your last breath. Okay, so this is a thing. But this is interesting that, like, it has a ring on it. So, I want to assume that this means that someone is married. So maybe Ryoshu's parents are from the index. I can back that up with things later in the episode, but I feel like this means that, like, her parents are from the index because the rings usually on the fingers means that you're married. Echo your first cry to the whisper of your last breath. Oh, she's so pretty. I love the animation of Ryoshu. This is so cute. You're so cute. No, but, like, so this is Ryoshu, probably a lot younger Ryoshu. And in the heart of every moment, my eyes catch a glimpse of you. I feel like this might be her mother saying something. This sounds like something that her mother would say. I mean, this is kind of sweet. I could regret my words, granted, with knowing Project Moon, but I think this is the line of her mother, because the ring mentions that, like, she's married, and then obviously this is, like, talking fondly down to Ryoshu, so I feel like that this is Ryoshu's mother speaking. She is in Limbus, so terrible childhood is a given. That's true. I mean, like, Ryoshu didn't technically have a terrible childhood. Like, we don't really get too much of Ishmael. Ishmael doesn't have a terrible childhood. We kind of get like her pre-teens and how they're terrible, but like we don't, or like even Sinclair. Sinclair didn't have a bad childhood. He had some issues with his parents, but not as extreme as the rest of these people. Or even Don Quixote. Don Quixote was like, we knew her life was super depressing, but what, she's like 1,000 years old. Like we only knew her when she was, an adult, and Sancho. We only knew Sancho when she was an adult, and Don Quixote found her. Like, Zel's on crack, guys. Now I vanished to never be seen again. I'm not on crack, okay? I feel like I'm on to something here. I do feel like I'm on to something here. But yeah, so like we do, like some people, they like Sinclair, Ishmael, and Don Quixote, we don't really know too much about their childhoods. We just know like, their their teenager years and adulthood has been really sucky. But not everyone has a traumatic childhood. Ryoshu definitely does, especially from this teaser. That's a common thing of parental abuse. Yeah, unfortunately. They try to connect the finger and it shows a bigger connection. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. I do think that this is the mother. I do think this is the mother speaking. Okay, so she's sitting crisscross like she's meditating on something. This is interesting. What is that? There's something over here. In the heart... Oh, wait, it's still the same phrase.
No.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's more of a figure. So here's Ryoshu. We know that because of her haircut. Oh, maybe it's not a good thing. Neat dress, I gotta say. Like, this is pretty neat. Interesting coat. It kind of gives me that, like Japanese vibe. But, we know that she's part of the Index with the hood and... Ooh, long hair. Interesting. Cigar, interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Index members with that. But yes, I do think that, yes, this is Ryoshu's mother. Maybe I'm just saying things that are already obvious, but I do feel like a lot of people missed what happened in this trailer. Oh, look. Oh, actually, she's walking now with the sword. Interesting. Let me know if you guys have any theories, by the way. I'm just kind of yapping. I'm just trying to make sure that, like, I'm getting the right message from this teaser. I don't want to take anything super wrong, but I might be out there too. Alright. My life has been nothing but an unending stream of misery ever since you happened. Did you know that? Ouch! Woman! You don't say that to a child! This makes me think... Maybe Ryoshu's mom first found joy in it, but then... Not so much after things got hard. Cause her voice was a lot softer before. Never mind. I'm on crack. Well, here it's kind of soft. And then it gets like real harsh here. So I wonder if her prescript told her to tell her that. Who knows? Like, the Index does really weird things. They don't really do things without the prescript telling them to do so. She looks like a character. Likely a boss fight. Yippee! I do know that we have to fight her father. I'm putting my money on it. I do know we have to fight her dad, which is gonna suck. My theory that the mother is the leader of the Spider House and the Lord in the book. Oh, that's a good point. That checks out, actually. Good. Don't you ever forget that Ryoshu is either crying or bleeding or both. I think it's tears. Yeah, so clearly she doesn't have a good relationship with her mother. Here is the important... What the heck? Is that Roland? No, sorry guys. Sorry. That literally looks like Roland. Hold on. Wait. Chat's agreeing with me. Hold on. Hold on. Roland, library. I can totally spell of Verena. Wait, guys. Wait. Open link in new. Wait, actually, just open image in new tab. Isn't that an option? Yes, it is. Guys. 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 Okay. Some of y'all are gonna get on me about like, oh, it's just a black suit. It's just they just have the same black suit. Like, there's an appendage. But the mask? I mean, the mask kind of looks the same. The hair kind of looks the same. I don't think it's Roland. That would be so weird if Roland had a child with, well, what was it, Angelina? Wait. But would that make that other woman who's quote in our theory in charge of the spider house Angelina, which means Angelina's dead? Because we know that she died. I don't think this is Roland. I don't think it's Roland. It looks like Roland. He kind of looks a little bit more younger and whimsical than this guy. This guy looks a bit more mature. Granted, it's been quite a few years since we've seen Roland in the Project Moon universe, but I mean, it really looks like Roland, though. That's so trippy. Okay. Roland. Yeah, everyone's agreeing with me. It really looks like Roland. He's hitting the same pose. Yeah, he is hitting the same pose, which is the weird part. He's just a little older. Exactly. That could be an average fixer wear, It could be. But considering that, like, this guy's likely from the Index, I don't think Roland has a lot of history with the Index. But maybe it is Roland. Maybe this guy isn't part of the Index. Maybe it's actually just Roland. Wait, what ending would this be if it was Roland? I don't know. I really don't, because we know Roland is a Black Silence from Library of Ruina. He's very powerful, so to have him on our bad side would be really, really crappy. But also he was banished to the outskirts with Angela too, because of the whole Librarian Arbiter thing. So I don't think it's Roland, guys. I don't feel like the dots line up enough for it. But it's really funny how he looks like Roland. He really does look like Roland. He looks like a hotel worker with that little thing. Little name tag. Hello, my name is Roland. Okay. Roland, Papa of Ryoshu, Angelica. Oh, his wife is in Angelica. My bad. That's an Index uniform? Roland doesn't have the badge, though. Yeah, that's true. What if the ID of Roland, because they exist, or Roland was just an Index the whole time and they all wear this? You can always hope. True. But, like, the Index... Hold on. The Index... Limbus. Like... Oh, this is really funny. They have, Limbus Centers as, Index members. That's super cool. But this is the Index. Oh, there's Cromer. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, let's actually get like an accurate photo from Library of Ruina. Here's the Index uniform. Okay, I do see they kind of have like the suit and tie. Okay, the suit and tie. They can have like that same hair. But where's the coat? That's what I'm saying. Index are very famous for their big white coats. This guy doesn't seem to have his coat on. Maybe he's an ex-Index member? I don't know. But, like, he doesn't have the coat on. It looks like the wife, or the supposed wife does. Like, look at that. It definitely looks like she has some sort of robe from the Index. But this guy, he doesn't have the robe at all. We know who he is because of the leak. Yeah, that's true, but it's really funny how close they look. Yeah, no, the leak that was out, we know that he's not Roland, but that would be really funny if he was. He just isn't using the cape. Check the proselytes, not the messenger and weaver. Oh, proselytes? Hold on. Index proselytes. I can't spell, guys. It's fine. Oh, I guess they have like the shorter cape and more of that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I'm curious what this red is around him and the cracked glass. This kind of looks like split shards a little bit. like its effects. But the cracked glass is interesting. Maybe it's just a vision? Hello, daughter. So you came home. I was just thinking about you. Ah, so he's gonna regard her fondly, kind of like how Jia Mu regarded Jia Bayu Honglu very fondly. Even though they didn't have a great relationship. Man. Isn't there anyone good in this Project Moon universe? Come on, at least, well, we have to fight this guy because of the league. I know that. We have to fight this guy. Which is really, really, really sucky. Maybe it is to show a disconnect to the index? Yeah, because it's like, he doesn't have his robe on at all. Maybe he will be the one to help us? Maybe? I doubt it. I doubt it. I do feel like we're going to have to fight him at least once. Could be the East Index member. We haven't seen how they look like. Fair enough. Going to dip. Bye, Alark. Have a good night. This man is going to be very evil. 100%. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I should not hold out hope for any of these guys. I would really hope that the father would be good, but no. What good father would let Ryoshu go what she went through?
안 그래도 네 생각을 하고 있던 참이었어. 가끔
Sometimes when I miss you, sweetheart. Oh my god, this is gonna be a sucker punch. Why is he regarding her so fondly?
네가 보고 싶을 때는 말이지, 딸. 네가 지적.
I run my fingers along the grooves of the burn of the. Oh, bum. I thought it said burn. Maybe it does say burn. I think it is burn. The grooves of the burn mark you seared into my face. Okay. So he is regarding her very fondly, but it's clear that they did not have a good relationship. I don't think he's the big bad, no, but he's definitely a bad. Because I don't know. Maybe Ryoshu was corrupt enough to do this to just the guy who cared about it, but no. This guy's probably like down evil 100%.
버린 이 화상 자국을 결에 따라 매만지곤 해.
Where is the child, you ask? This is why I think. Okay, so we do know that this is Ryoshu's dad, and I think the previous woman is Ryoshu's mom. Where's the child, you ask? Well, there's a very simple answer for that. Again, with the index finger, so he has some relation to the index finger with this. I think Ryoshu also had a child. So even though she's like a daughter, and all the fingers are very interested in her, I do think Ryoshu had a child of her own. And it's because of this line. Where's the child, you ask? Well, it's a very simple answer to that. So I think she also had a kid. With who is my question. That's what I want to know. They probably fight when Ryoshu went away? Yeah, probably.
그 아이가 어디 있냐고? 간단한 질문이야.
Again, the index finger. Although it's upside down now. Uplifting the other fingers. Interesting. I wonder if that has any symbolism. And it's holding up the shh, be quiet. Why don't you come home and find out? That is very ominous. That's not scary at all. Bro, what did you do to the kid? We know that you traumatized Ryoshu. What did you do to her child? A mother's not going to be happy about that, especially because we know, especially from the previous intervallo, that Ryoshu probably cared about her kid. That's terrifying. I don't like that line whatsoever. The child's probably dead. Finally, we got the pinky. Dear lost child of mine. Oh, wait. But all of the strings are on the floor now. They're not in the air. This doesn't look like it's connected to anything. So maybe someone from the pinky is actually going to help us out. Because there's no strings. Did you notice that? There's no strings on this finger. At all. It's all on the floor. It's not in the air. It's not interconnected. Maybe the pinky broke off from the spider house. Dear lost child of mine. Huh. I wonder if this is like, maybe she was adopted into the pinky? We'll see. Ryoshu was based off a story, and I'm pretty sure it was about burning her kid into a building to draw help. Probably. Yeah. I think this is where it connects. Yeah, probably. But Kim changes the story so the entire story plot won't get spoiled. That's fair. But yeah, I mean, like, they did pretty good with, like, you know, the previous, like, they did okay with like Metamorphosis, and Moby Dick was pretty accurate. Wuthering Heights was a little bit accurate. They went completely off the rails with Don Quixote, and I totally the Red Chamber, which is a Hung Lu source, like completely went off the rails, completely missed. Like, I mean, they sort of covered it, but like just went off the rails with like what the actual book was trying to say. So I have a feeling they might do the same for Ryoshu's Tale, which makes me scared for the Odyssey, because I love the Odyssey, and I'm really scared how they're going to change it to, you know, fit Otis. I don't mind like a little bit of change, but like I love the Odyssey. I don't doubt. Well, I kind of doubt Project Moon because I love the story so much, and I don't want to have it ruined, you know. Ryoshu's child being dead would be pointless because Ryoshu won't have a purpose anymore. What if the child dies in Canto 9? Which makes Ryoshu snap. Ryoshu would 100% probably distort from that. Maybe. We'll see. But like I do think the child's alive right now. Either that, or we find out that the child's dead, or we see the child die. Again, I'm not really sure if Project Moon's brave enough to do that, but I want to put it past them, unlike some other things in Hellscream. But yeah, this is interesting. There's no string, there's no web, spider web across the pinky. So this is symbolizing that they broke free somehow. At least that's my theory. The father of the child may be from the pinky. True. This sounds like a mother voice though, so maybe the mother is from the pinky? As someone who had read Don Quixote, I like how they changed it but kept the themes and the point of the book. Kind of. I also read the book because I'm an English major and it was one of my required readings, and I really didn't care for it too much. Because like Dulciana wasn't actually a thing. I mean, the barber and the priest were things, but they didn't really play that much important role in the book. You know, Don Quixote like abandoned them, but like they didn't necessarily need him to survive. They kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I liked the direction that they went with it. And then Sancho being the favorite child, when Sancho in the book was just some guy that like wanted to come help with it. I feel like the book of Don Quixote is very hilarious, and the way that Project Moon did it was very tragic. But that's just my opinion. I'm also very, yeah, I don't know. I really don't like how they did Sancho and all that, but that's just my opinion. Canto 7 was peak though. It was really good. Can't say that for Dream of the Red Chamber. Dream of the Red Chamber was completely off the rails. Ryoshi's child's gonna live at the end of the Canto to subvert expectations. I doubt it. We know Ryoshi, we know her character, we know that there's gonna be a lot of death. I highly doubt anyone surviving through this. Should the way back home elude you? So maybe this is like a warning. The thread. Follow the thread back to the very first knot that hurt the most. Again, kind of that trauma thing where like Ryoshu might be stuck in a certain traumatic moment and can't get past it, to that very first knot that hurt the most, because the string kind of represents the life, right? And there's 3 strings here. So I'm assuming it's the index, actually, maybe it's the index, the thumb, and the ring. If I had to guess. Because the middle was like, maybe, but... When the quiver ring stops, interesting. Moon and the sun, also interesting. I feel like doomsday is upon us. I don't know if you guys like watch too many theories on Limbus Company on YouTube. I watched this one thing where it's like Ryoshu's Canto is going to be doomsday. I feel like this is the doomsday is upon us. I feel like Canto 9 is doomsday for Project Moon World. That is where you will find me. So I think our help is actually going to come from the pinky. But it's going to only be at the last moment, unfortunately. Also, Ryoshu's child can't live, because where would the child go? like Ryoshu can't take care of it when at Limbus Company. We still got 3 whole Cantos to go through. What, she's gonna leave it with like Canto 8, like Honglu's sister? Like that wouldn't be like a good move as a mother. You know, granted, well, probably Ryoshu didn't do good things as a mother because she didn't really have great examples. But like, if the child lives, what are we gonna do with it? What are we gonna do with the child? Like, there's no proper way to take care of it. So, I doubt the child's going to live. Would it be funny if Ryoshu got another Honglu conclusion where everything went well in the end? I doubt it. Nah, this is Ryoshu we're talking about. I'm gonna put it in the bingo. Bad ending. It's gonna be a very kind of like Heathcliff's ending. Again, I won't try to spoil it, but like Heathcliff's ending was very tragic, was very sad. I feel like Ryoshu's going to have that. LCB can take care of the child. They hold people like Blade lineage people. Fair enough. Okay. Also, there's a thing here. We see Ryoshu. We see someone shorter. I feel like this is Ryoshu and her kid. Personally, I do think Ryoshu is a mother. And we see the sword? Maybe? Here it is. Okay. We see Ryoshu with the long hair. This kind of gives me impressions that Ryoshu was a bride. Because of like, this kind of looks like a veil of some sorts. Like this white thing over her face, it looks like a veil. And she has I think she has a white dress on. But it's covered in all of these, these spider webs that we keep seeing. Like, it's covered in, the spider webs. Like, I maybe it was an arranged marriage. Maybe Ryoshu was in an arranged marriage, and she couldn't do anything about it. We see the sword here. We see her katana here. We know it's important. But also, random crack theory idea. I don't think this is necessarily the case, but like, the blue, the red, the white, and the black. You know what this reminds me of? The yin and yang from Lobotomy Corporation. It is a Japanese bride dress? Yes, I believe Ryoshu was in a forced marriage, and then she had the child, and like, I'm curious who her husband was. Like, really curious how Project Moon would do that. But all right, that's it. Like, okay, so like the Yin Yang Lobotomy Corporation. See the images. You see. I'm not crazy. I don't think it's it, but it's just a funny crack theory. The red, the white, the blue, the black. The red, the white, the blue, and the black. And yin and yang has a lot of symbolism in Japanese culture. So, oh no, something to think about. Anyway, I'll turn back on the music. Let's go ahead and make a bingo. We'll play Limbus Company after this, I promise. Let's go ahead and make a bingo, shall we? Canto 9 predictions. And we'll kind of fill this out as we go through. This is Limbus Company. I can totally spell, guys. Okay. Let's fill out the bingo card, shall we? First thing I'm going to add is Ryoshu's mom / we see her child. That's obviously a thing that we're going to see. Kind of, but like, we don't, I mean, it's not like given to us that Ryoshu's a mom, but it's heavily implied, so I want to add it there. Okay. Let's just go down the list. Give me ideas. Give me ideas that you have for that we might see in this Canto. I feel like there's going to be a Mersault / Canto 10 teaser. Because of the Marie prediction. I doubt it like a bucket. They only have new Abnos in the Battle Pass. Fair enough. I mean, it could be like, you know how like Blind Obsession is based off the Cassidy Whale from Lobotomy Corporation? It could be one of those. Where like it's based off the yin and yang dragon. Or Ricardo helps us, maybe? Should we put that on there? Should we put that on our chat, that Ricardo helps us? I'll put that here. Ricardo helps us. Technically we don't need to put Finger Syndicate's appearance since we see them in the teaser. That is true. The Pinky helps us. We don't know if any will help us, though. But let's see that. Let's see if, like, the Pinky helps us. Okay. What else are we theorizing that we think could show up in Canto 9 predictions? I don't know if he will help, but he will appear. Probably abbreviation of the Spider Mother. Fair enough. Maybe we'll just put that. Ricardo will appear. That would be really funny. Let's see. What else? Spider-Bud, but not Spider-Mother. Well, didn't you hear that GAQ is also traveling to Q Corp, which is where Canto 9 will be? Oh, okay. So GAQ appearance? Alright. Let's see. Do we think Dawn's gonna screw something up? Or, I'm trying to think. So we kind of know that, like, oh, like, Sinclair did a lot of talking and helping with Don Quixote in Canto 3. We know Yi Sang did it for Hong Lu. Do you think Ishmael will help Ryoshu? We don't really know if we're set in Q Corp. We'll see. But, I feel like Ishmael helps Ryoshu. In something. I don't know. Maybe there's like a specific... Because, like, we see Sinclair, Yi Sang, and Ishmael. Kind of feels like a little bit of a trend. Maybe Otis lore because of a mother thing. Otis lore! Yes! Because if Otis is Penelope, then she is a mother of Telemachus. Which we also had a theory on. Let's see. This is gonna kind of be a given, but new Dante ability. I still think Dante is An from the whole, like... Yeah, I think Dante is An, and his abilities are proving it because they're connected to Lobotomy Corporation. Let's see. Virgilius comeback? I feel like Virgilius might come back because he himself has ties to the ring, and we're going to be seeing the ring, so I feel like he might appear again. G.A. Action plot appearing, unless it was just a Shishun Intervallo. Okay, we can put that on. Do we want to put that on there? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Monkey Yoshishide, perhaps. Oh, yeah. Monkey High Show release. Let's do that. I also think Canto has tragic ending. Ooh, you know what is a good prediction? Mealy song is a lullaby. The Mealy song is a lullaby. Let's do that. I feel like that's good. Okay, we got 12 more spaces to fill up. Give me your predictions, chat. Honglu related characters reappearing. Okay, Honglu related characters appearing. Alright. Oh, I am not prepared if it's a lullaby. I feel like that'd be very genius of Millie for it to be a lullaby. Let's see. Think. What else for Canto 9? Ryoshu unsheathes her sword. I can't spell, apparently. Okay. That's awkward. I missed an H. Yeah, there, okay. Sinners gain Shin or Mong. Are we fighting Ryoshi's baby distortion? Distortion of some sort. I'll just put distortion down. Sinners gain Shin or Ma. We'll see. I doubt it, but because I feel like that'd have to have some sort of connection with Dante, but we'll see. More burn statuses, maybe? Oh, we should predict. Yeah, actually, burn is the status of the Canto. I think the Canto ID will come early, actually. Let's see. Aleph Ego. Oh yeah, first Aleph Ego. I really hope that Ryoshi gets the first Aleph Ego. Okay. Since Rupture was Honglu, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. We got 5 more. Can I make this bold? I don't feel like I can make it bold. That's fine. Let me just, like, emphasize this, then. Company! Oh, wow. That's a little bit too much emphasis. There we go. Li Hang appearing in a memory? Oh, yeah. Ling Hang reappearing in real life or memory. Okay. That's probably good, because we still don't know, like, Ryoshi's connection to the guy yet. Probably has to deal with that woman. Let's see. These are all very good, guys. I'm trying to think. Canto 9 is just like, we know so much about the fingers. We know that we'll see her father. Maybe let's do Ryoshu's mother appears. Because that wasn't confirmed. But that is something that we were theorizing. New Damien group character? Yes, we should do that. Or, hi. I don't know this, but Damien's group. Do you think we're gonna see Herman's group? I know we saw him in last Canto. Do you think we'll see, Herman's group here? Familiar subsidiary syndicates or new subsidiary? Okay, new syndicates appearing. Okay? We got one more. Nelly reappearance? Oh, goodness, that would be crazy if Nelly appeared in this. Wait, because Ryoshu had the ID that was for Nelly. So it's very possible that Nelly could show up. I don't know if Evan Corp appears. Chat, I hope we get to see more of Sonia or Nelly. Let's see, Sonia or Nelly? How does that look, guys? Do we want that as our last one? Let me know. Does this... Oh, hello. Does this look great for you guys? Let me know. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. I'm excited for this. Maybe distortion. Yeah, we got the distortion of some sorts right here. Sonia is highly unlikely. I mean, maybe. I don't think he would fit in with the story. Nelly could. Nelly very much could. But, what do we think? I think this is good personally, but burn status of the Canto. Pinky will help us. Ricardo will appear. This seems great. I feel like this diagonal here, this diagonal, I feel like this is the most likely to get a bingo. What about Ahab? I don't know. I don't think an Aleph this early would be right. We'll see. I really hope so. I'm gonna call this good. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Let's go ahead and generate this. I'll go ahead and post this on my Discord server. I'll post this on my Discord server, which you can join with the link in my description. Yeah, feel free to join us there. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and print this out. We'll like print it to PDF pages. Just the first one. Just that first one is great. I kind of bingo. Canto 9. Okay. Let's see. Can't I just like save this as an image? Save image as. Let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna go post it in the Discord. There we go. Cool. Alright, are you all ready to play some Limbus Company? I'm excited. I'm really ready to play Limbus Company. Let's play some Limbus Company. Limbus Company. Let's open Limbus. It's been a long time since I've opened up Limbus, but let's stay up late. Let's play together. It'll be fun. It'll be so much fun, guys. Why is Steam updating? Steam, what the heck? Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and post in my D&D server, where we do Limbus Company things, and my OC's Jekyll and Hyde. I can't believe we talked a whole hour about a 3-minute trailer. That's actually kind of crazy. Limbus, please, just Steam, why do you need an update? Bro. Bro, I just open Steam, please. Thank you. About time. Okay, let me fix my croissant posture. Let's do our mirror dungeon. This was crazy foreshadowing for Honglu's part. Like the thing through the stomach. Insane. Like his thing makes so much more sense now, but like crazy foreshadowing. Anyway, how are you guys in chat doing? You doing okay? How are y'all feeling? I know it's getting a little bit late. But let me know how you're doing. I guess I turned off the audio last time I was on Limbus, so that's probably why there's no sound. Why do I have a bazillion useless notifications? Okay. Yeah, I think I turned the sound off. That's why the intro music isn't playing. I hate it when that happens. I want to get the Jolly Rodion ID. Oh, is there like a... Oh, yeah, there is a new ID, isn't there? Yeah, Man. This Canto 9 will definitely be interesting. I'm so bummed that I'm missing the release date for the first part of it, but we'll definitely be on top of it for the other releases. For sure. The Christmas ID? Ooh, alright. Let's see. Opening up Limbus Company. There it is. Yep. There's the audio. Alright. Sweet! Lunacy! I may or may not have spent a little bit on some gambling with a friend. But, yeah. Yep. R-Corp 4th Pack Reindeer Rodion. About time we got her. Sinking in charge? Oh, weird. Blunt fragility? Okay. A normal defense skill? Alright. Huh. In time for the season, I guess. Interesting. I need to get this guy. I don't have him yet? That's crazy. Okay, I need to grab him. I think that's the two I'm working towards next, if I remember correctly. But haven't done the mirror dungeon yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Heathcliff. We're trying to get Heathcliff's U branch. I'm surprised I don't have it yet. Granted, I don't stream a lot actually, I don't game a lot outside of streaming. So, that's probably the reason. Alright. New. What did I get? Oh, the Drifting Blade. I'm not sure if she's better than High Show, but... again? Oh, Rail Spanner. I accidentally drew her. December 31st, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to be gone until, like, January 7th, which is really sucky. I will have enough shorts, like Valheim shorts, for you guys to watch, which, by the way, go check those out, because I know they're not Limbus company, but they're really, really great. They're really good moments in the Valheim gaming thing. I think you guys would like them. Please go check them out. They don't really do super well like my Limbus shorts, so please go check those out. Okay, not charge. Poise could work. Rupture, that would be fun to run. I don't have these guys upgraded fully. Tremor, not bleed. Burn's not really upgraded. I'm sure we'll get a whiff of good IDs in the next season. Wait, gambling with a friend? Oh yeah, I gambled on Drifting Blade Ryoshu. Okay, I think Rupture it is. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and kind of 9. So, alright. I just don't have the scale update and I don't have his High Show. That's cool. Like, almost, well, besides, we have yet to get Mersault's ID? I mean, he got, like, the La Machaland one, but, like, eh. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Rupture. Wait, can we upgrade any before we do this? Yes, we can. Let's just push you up there just a smidge. I don't really want to tie you. Most of the important people are uptied. Okay, I think we have enough to last. Alright. Let's go ahead and run the Mirror Dungeon with the High Show team. Probably not the best High Show team, but it works. It works. You're using Drifting Blade for Ryoshi's Canto? That's probably a good idea. 7 Heathcliff? Yo, yeah. An old one, isn't it? Let's do that. I don't ever spend my Starlight, so might as well, you know? Maybe we'll do that. Sure. Why not? Rupture. Let's do these two. Cool. Oh, I forgot to activate the gift search. That would have been nice. Oh well. We're doing Mirror Dungeon Infinity. Dude, last time I did that last stream and I ran into Li Hang and it was the absolute worst time of my life. We'll see. We'll see where we go. We'll see how I'm feeling after the typical 5 stages, and maybe we'll go to 10, and yeah, we'll see afterward. The last Limbus stream I did is I played Limbus Company until I turned 20. That was a very chaotic stream. Very, very good things in that stream. That was a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's grab you and you. And we'll put you guys, and then you. You're technically more leveled up. There we go. Alright. Cool. Let's see where we go. By the way, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Our goals for subscriptions will be resetting soon, but if you guys have a preferred game you would like to see me play at 2,000 subscribers, let me know. But yeah, please subscribe. I don't want to be like that, like, person. Well, I guess I technically am begging you to subscribe, but I'm a small creator, and every subscriber means a lot to me. I wonder if the game is too loud. Is it too loud on your guys' part? Let me know. I think it might be too loud. Let me triple check. Oh my goodness, it's probably really, really loud. Okay. Let me just turn it down just a smidge. Okay, there we go. How's that? Oh, also, we should have added something in the Biko about Ryoshu's speech impediment. Like, how maybe she only speaks in letters so she doesn't get in trouble. I'm curious if that's, like, has something to do with it. But yeah. If you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Because we do a lot of Limbus around here. We do a lot of Limbus company around here. Also, as well as other games, of course. I'm a wide variety gamer. Here's how I brand myself, if you want to consider what I do before I subscribe. 1, I am a noob. I don't know what I'm doing in any games. I'm the typical Limbus win rate player, and I hope for the best. But also, I'm a noob simply because of reason 2. I've not played a lot of the popular games when I was a kid. My video game experience has Minecraft and Super Mario Brothers on the Wii. That was it. That's my entire gaming experience. Oh, that's ironic. So this channel is pretty much for me to go through all of those very popular games that everybody else played back when I was a kid, and you all can watch me be a noob and make fun of me for it. Because I can still fall for all of the traps, all of the gimmicks, like all of the, like, you know, canon gaming experiences. I've never had those, so that's what this channel is for. To kind of see a new player play through all your favorite games. So the only ones that I'm actually really good at is Limbus Company, which I play. I'm all the way through that. I'm not, like, just starting it. That was actually only a recent development too, because of my D&D campaign that I started 2 years ago, and Minecraft. Every other game I play on here, I'm completely new at. And so that's my branding. So feel free to consider subscribing to watch me suffer as I try to learn how to game. Because I really do like it. I really do like gaming. And I want to be better at it, but I'm not. I just have a slow reaction time. I love this combo skill. It's so peak. Oh, was it not the combo skill? Sorry, I'm tripping. I totally... Oh, no, it is. Okay. Nice. Alright, cool. Moving forward. Nice. Honglu taking care of the work as always. I'm very excited for Ryoshu's special ID, because they have to top Honglu somehow. I'm not sure if they can. Should have something up their sleeves, I hope. Rupture. Let's grab you. Of course. Refresh for Rupture. We love our Rupture. We could fuse for Rupture. I said Rupture. Let's do that. Cool. Alright, can we enhance anything? Could. Oh, that'd be nice. Let's do that. Alright. Cool. Moving forward, I'm pretty sure I can win rate. Up until, like, level 6. But we'll see. Oh, I can literally one-turn this guy. I don't know what it is about... I think this thing is bugged in... What has the most health? Because this is, I think, still that same system where it's like, oh, you know, if you break apart, you don't attack anymore. Well, let's just do damage. Let's see if we can one-turn this guy, actually. Good. Sucker. Yeah, they're doing really well. Nice. Yep, I was right. When you break the part, you just don't attack it anymore. I hate that about the old abnormalities. I totally could have one-turned it had I planned it. Oh well. Yeah, sure, that'll be fine. It just wind rate it. 5-ed. It'll be great. Yep. Nice. Cool. Easiest abnormality fight of my life. Maybe that's why a lot of Limbus. Maybe that's why a lot of Limbus company players don't like a challenge, just because win rate is just simply so easy. Though I don't like how grindy this game is. Oh wait, I can select 2. Hold on. Select the 3. I don't like how grindy this game is. Like, to even get anywhere, you have to do so many mirror dungeons. It's kind of like, eh. Like, I have a life, you know. But, well, I know it's a gacha game. I feel like they need a bigger leveling ticket. Like, we have the blue one, which is the highest. I think we need a bigger one. This Canto 9. Well, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? I also know that they're adding a lunacy skip thing to the fights. That you can use lunacy to skip a hard fight to continue with the story. Which sucks because a lot of the reason why Limbus Company players found my channel was because I was the furthest in the stream. Like, I kid you not, I beat Li Hang. I was the first streamer to beat Li Hang unnerfed. And that's why 40 plus people flocked to my Canto 8 stream and found me as a small creator, because I was ahead. Because I got ahead of everybody else. And for that reason, people found me and subscribed to me. But now it's pointless to do that because oh, well if there's just a hard fight, oh, you can just skip it and come back to it later. And just continue on with the story. There's no incentive to get good and do the fight. I understand it's oh yeah, some people have trouble with a fight and they want to continue on with the story, but they can't. But I don't know. It just seems it's sad to me because I'm gonna lose a lot of potential viewers for that very reason. Because if big streamers have a hard time with the fight, they just pay lunacy, and which they likely have a lot of paid stuff for. And I'm a broke college student, but they'll pay lunacy just to continue going. And it's okay, well, why even try to do any of the hard fights at first, you know? But I don't know. What do I know? The first I kid you not, I was the first streamer to get past Li Hang. Because that's why 40 people came to my stream. I don't know any other streamer that beat Li Hang before I did. Because everyone was stuck on him. Because I barely survived, by the way. I had 3 people alive and they were all about to die. Somehow I got to the cutscene by some miracle. But yeah, I would put money on the fact that I think I was the first streamer to beat Li Hang. I didn't know you was going like that. Aw, thanks, I appreciate it. I like to think it was pure luck, but it also happened in Canto 7 actually. I was streaming Canto 7 and I was the furthest along over everybody else, which is why that stream also got a lot of views. No, I think it was a year ago now. But a lot of people came to my stream because I was the furthest one ahead. But I couldn't beat the Don Quixote fight, and I had finals that next day, so... Fortunately, I had to cut it into 2 parts, but... But yeah, people flock to my stream because, I probably wouldn't be the fastest if, streamers, skipped the story and whatnot. But, yeah, I was the first streamer to beat Li Hang, and that's why so many people came to my stream. Is because they saw the content afterwards, and they wanted to know what happened. Their hot take 530 Ricardo was simple to understand. I think I did struggle on Ricardo a lot when I first got there, but solely because like I feel like the level limit is really hard because you're I think you're capped at level 45 during that encounter, and you're fighting like a level 50 guy. That was hard. That was really hard. Like those level caps are really difficult. But I also didn't really know how to play the game yet, and I learned Limbus Company off of their really crappy tutorial before they changed it recently. So, also could have just been, I just had no idea how to play the game. I don't think Li Hang was hard pre-nerf. I faced him twice. One time I got close, but, oh, actually, I made a short on this. Ryoshu lost the clash. And he just killed my entire team because of it, because she lost the clash. And then the second short is me actually beating him. So if you scroll, like, all the way back at, like, some of the, not the very first short I made, don't look at, like, the very first shorts that I made, but like the first Limbus short that I made was on that Li Hang fight. I hate Li Hang so very much. I have a grudge against him. Just because of that experience. But yeah, my first shorts with my new avatar were of Li Hang. So feel free to go watch those. I think they're great. I think they're super funny. But I also just like to go back and look at my work. I think my work is great, so. This guy and this guy, right? Yeah. And then what do I need for... I need the gun and the branch. I don't have either. Well, he gains an effect on his evade where he will take more damage on you, so you need to damage him ASAP. Yeah, that's actually what I ended up doing when I faced him in the mirror dungeon, actually. Is I just, like, spammed... wait, there's a rupture gift right there. I'm silly. I just, like, tried to damage him as he killed off my team one by one. And it worked, but on the second try, again, in the mirror dungeon, as the same as the first time I faced him. We beat him! I'm very proud of that. I don't ever hope to face him again, but, that's that. Yeah. I take pride in that I was the first streamer to beat Li Hang, and that's why so many people came to my stream. Got a lot of subscribers from that stream too, so that was really nice. By the way, if you're new, feel free to subscribe! We love Limbus around here. Aww. Ew. Okay. Bye-bye. I think that was a clip that I found you. Oh, really? Yeah, my first clip of Li Hang, that one's still growing, I think. That one's still popular. So I'm glad you found me through that. That's great. It's a good clip. I do like my shorts. I'll go back and watch them sometimes. I think they're great. Molar Office Otis can actually stagger him when her tremor conditionals get reached. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's good to know. I don't think I have Molar Office Otis. I'm a little behind on the ID collecting thing because I properly joined when Canto 6 released. But I had to go through all the rest of the Cantos, so I'm still a little bit new to the Limbus thing. I was there for the Ring Sang drama, I was there for, you know, everything else. But yeah. By the way, if you don't know, Ring Sang is my favorite ID. Even with all of these new IDs coming out, they're very impressive, yes. But like, man, Ring Sang is just a go-to thing. I'm sure he'll be very, very useful in this upcoming Canto. Evil Blunt weakness. Weird how IDs are blunt and efficient, but the middle enemies are blunt weak. That's true. That is true. I was thinking about that today. I was like, how, like, in real life, how do those damages work? Because it's like, I know many things that can be broken with blunt force. So like if you just punch something like a wall, a desk, a computer, like a lot of things can be destroyed with blunt pressure. A lot of things are resistant to slash pressure. I feel like a lot of things are normal to pierce pressure, but I don't know, I was thinking about that. It's like, is there really anything that's inefficient to blunt but weak to slash in real life? I could just be tripping. I could just very much just be tripping and be like, oh, like, that's the obvious answer. But no, I was thinking about that today. I was like, huh, is this really, like, a thing in real life? Or is, like, everything just weak to blunt? I pity the one that binds. Hurt people, hurt people. Go, Ryoshu! You're bound by your spiderwebs. Yeah, let me check chat. I played at launch, but stopped before Ishmael's Canto and went back after Heathcliff's Canto ended. Nice! That's cool. Yeah, I haven't been in the Project Moon universe for too long. I joined the Limbus Company right after I joined the D&D campaign that was in the Limbus Company universe. And I wanted to learn more about the lore because I didn't understand. I didn't understand the combat system either. Can't say that Limbus Company has helped much, but because it's confusing as all heck, but it's fun. I just win rate. Take the Kurokumo as an example ID. Say it's because of the tattoos that give them slash weakness, but that's a stretch. Fair enough. This year. What do you mean? Oh, did I say something that involved this year? Oh, I joined the campaign. I think it's been 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. And I'm still in it to this day. I'm playing Jekyll and Hyde. I used to play an original character that I made, called Ornella, but then I realized that like Limbus Company had like a book theme, and so I did Jekyll and Hyde, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun really incorporating, like, if you want to read Jekyll and Hyde's story, all of the rest of the D&D members have their own characters, some based off different literature. I write about it on Archive of Our Own. I'm a published author, so if you want to read about Jekyll and Hyde's story, feel free to go to my Archive of Our Own. I write Jekyll's story on there if you're interested. And I also published a book. It's called The Fergan. It's a fantasy. It's completely unrelated to the content that I post on my channel, but yeah, it's a fantasy book. I wrote it when I was in high school, and yeah, it's published. That was one of my dreams, so go check that out as well, if you like reading fantasy books, if that interests you. Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't publish like my work on Jekyll and Hyde because it's copyrighted with, you know, Limbus Company and all. But I think it's pretty good. Canto 1 is really, really long. It's around like 200,000 words. And then the rest of the intervalos in Canto start going by really quickly. So, well, except for this current intervalo that we're in. We've been stuck in this intervalo for who knows how long. We haven't gotten to the plot yet because everyone keeps goofing off. But that's what D&D is about, right? It's a little bit chaotic because it really is just D&D dialogue rather than like a story dialogue, but what do you know? But yeah, I write that on Archive of Our Own. Limbus Company 3, because my original character was part of Limbus Company 2, and it failed. So there's a whole bunch of lore with that. Ooh. Faith, neat. Let's go here. So we're the Limbus Company 3. That's what the series is called. I really need to get back into writing it. It's been a while since I've actually written a chapter for it. But I've just been busy with college and I've lost a little bit of motivation for it, so the YouTube channel has kind of taken over my free time, so I really do need to get back into writing though. I do miss it. I have a story planned in mind based off like Greek mythology and like an isekai of some sort, so if you're curious about that, I'd be willing to go on it, but the moment that I go on a rant about it, I will be talking about it for the next hour, so let me know if that's something that you want to hear, or we can talk about something else too. People say Limbus Company is too easy, but then it's like, well, yeah, I'm glad that the mirror dungeons are easy to at least claim the rewards, because then it's like, because like, you have to grind mirror dungeons a lot to actually get what you need for certain things. So I'm glad it's easy in that sense, because like, if the grind was hard to even just get like a little bit of reward, it wouldn't be worth it. So I'm glad that like, mirror dungeons are kind of easy. And if you really want a challenge, that's why Mirror Dungeon Hard and Mirror Dungeon Infinity exist, are for those people who want the challenge. But again, that's just my unprofessional and misopinion. Good job, Faust. The high shows do so good. They are a great team. I'm curious what Project Moon's going to do to make us suffer in Canto 9, because the high show team is killing it. They're doing a really good job. Cool. Alright. That one looks like the whale. I don't like the whale. Oh, by the way, if there's some things that, if you're new here and things you want to know about our channel regarding Limbus Company, follower cleanse. I'm just kidding. I don't really like Don Quixote. My favorite ID is Ring saying, "I will not stand slander for the king." We hate Li Hang. We hate the whale, the blind obsession whale. We don't like the gnomes or the moth. If you've seen my Mersault short on the moth, I think it's really funny. But we don't like the moth, we don't like the gnomes, we hate the whale, hate Li Hang. Don't really like Don Quixote. We don't like Damien around here. We love Heathcliff, we love Mersault, we love Ryoshu. Try to take on other things that we like. We love Virgilius around here. I love Virgilius. Virgilius is the greatest. I love Virgilius. He's so good. Nice. I think that's the best one, right? Let's go. What other radical opinions do I have of Limbus Company? If I think of any more, I'll say it, but I don't have anything at the moment. Let's see, can we get another rupture thing? Cool. I'll take it. Do we have the gun? I don't think we have the gun yet, so I don't know if we can do any fusions. Let's see. Nope, we're missing quite a few important things. That's fine. We're good, we're good, we're good. Okay. Coolio. Crawling Abyss. Isn't this the, I'm trying to think of the boss of this floor. It better not be the whale. Oh, really? Oh, it makes sense. The background is he's in the whale. How does this guy relate to Ishmael? I wonder what's this guy? Does anybody in chat know this guy's like concept? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Ordered as ordered by the executive manager. Otis? This sounds like an Otis thing. Please consult this guide in your future commands. Thank you. I think this is an Otis thing rope. I don't know. I don't know what this concept is. I'll have to look at it. Oh, right. We have to light the candles first. Fine. I can't just beat it to death. Whatever. It's, oh, unclashable. Alright. Well, how much... You'll take care of that. You might need some help, actually. You also need help. They should take care of that. You have help now, and I guess... I don't know. Who are your counters going to? That's the question. They're going to... Sinclair and who? Honglu, so... should be fine. This is Mersal? Really? I feel like Mersal is a little bit more concise, but I mean, what do I know? Oh, okay. Just kind of wasted a couple of attacks. Oh well. At least they'll all be lit, you know? Okie dokie. Alright, get on with it. Alright. Cool. Cool. I feel like there's like a proper way to use this guy, because with like concussion and whatnot. But target does not have death right inflict one concussion. Okay. Well. Alright. Let's swim rate it. Why'd you roll tails? Is your SP low? No, you're at 45 SP. Why the heck did you roll tails? Good. Very good. Okay, good. Gave him concussion. I think that's good. Oh! Wow. That was easy. That was no threat at all. Wow, okay. Oh, we won. We won the gambling chance. Let's go. About time. Let's grab you and let's grab you. Okay. Let's see. I hate all these choices. Give me something with a rupture. I already have all of that. What do I do now? I don't know. Let's choose something. Let's choose something that would be fun with the ruptured team. Let's go ahead and do a challenge, actually. Give me a hard thing. Give me a hard thing. Donbeck, Dongrang, I'm sure we can absolutely demolish them with this team. Point in the wrong. Tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Be honest, kids. Always be honest. Oh crap. Being honest is very hard, but we should be honest anyway. And it rewards us. There we go. Oh, we already have that one. Dang it. It's fine. No fighting, bro. Which one? There's a lot of bros in this game. Ugh, I forgot what these are. Oh, the gluttony ones? Oh, here's my question about... So, okay, when you're sinners, do you give them sins that they struggle with? Or do you give them sins that they represent? Or like when you're depicting the sin types and making them into like personalities? Do you depict them as the struggle of, or do you depict them as the producer of it? Because like, if you struggle with, say, gluttony, then you will have a person that overeats. But if you struggle with lust, then you probably have someone that goes off a lot. Versus like if you have someone who like enacts on lust, you probably have a seductress. But if you have someone who enacts on gluttony, it's probably like a 5-star chef or something. How would you represent the sins? Is it do they enact it, or do they bring it out of other people, or do they struggle with it themselves? I'm curious of your thoughts. If the Thorn Rose dude? Alright. If it were up to me, it has to be both, but they don't suffer from the downsides. Okay, how do they suffer from the sin without the downsides? I'm curious. How would you go about that? Let's go. We're 10 subscribers away from 1,400 subscribers. That's neat. I don't think we're gonna reach our 2K goal by the end of 26, so unfortunately I will not be playing Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. And I'm mainly changing it because, like, I have other games that I would like to play, and other games that people are interested in watching me play, so I'll have the goals change every year, because each year is different and has me wanting to play different games. Alright. Oh, let's just do win rate, I guess. Even though this guy's literally dead. You can just breathe on him. Or that. That works too. Cool. That was easy. I remember I used to be like super scared of fighting Pekatulum. I don't like fighting the big Pekatulum, but other than that, they're not really that bad. Let's see if I can adjust my microphone. Maybe it'll capture me if I lean back, because my back is hurting. Do I still sound good, chat? Let's see. The sign of the roses. Sure. Pick a rose. Whoever chooses to actually fight these guys, actually. Like, I think I've seen everyone just like avoid the fight entirely. I have that one already, so okay, we got another fight. This will be great. Who is your guys' favorite sinner? Who's your guys' favorite sinner? Do you have like an interest, or like which one's your favorite and why? I hope the game's loud enough. I think it's loud enough. I think we're okay. Oh, chat updated. In Gluttony, a 5-star chef and likes eating up. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, Mersalt is a wonderful choice. I agree with you. Mersalt is up in one of my favorites. Sinclair feels like a son to me. I really, really like Sinclair. Me and Heathcliff are on the same wavelength. I've made a couple of Limbus shorts about that, how we literally share the same brain cell in terms of our dialogue. And then Mersalt is just the GOAT. He takes care of everything for me, and I really appreciate it. Oh, you didn't really need to do that. That was really overkill, Hunglu. Okay, that's what happens when I choose win rate, I guess. Alrighty. Let's continue forward. Oh, super shop, neat. I need rupture. That's not rupture. Let's go ahead and fuse some gifts. I believe we have the branch, the gun, and that weird thing. Yep, there we go. Good. Then we have, the crate. Actually, no, let's, like, hold on. I'm glad they have the recipe here, so I don't have to go, like, look it up again. Okay, the branch, the battery, and that. Yes, there we go, there we go. Cool, 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 cool. Let's morph these. Oh, really? There's not, like, enough. Alright, let's try this. Nice, Death Seeker. Can't go wrong with Death Seeker. It's a great thing. Did we just get that one? Let's try this one. Are you kidding me, bro? It was like a 90% chance. Oh well. That's fine. Non-disclosure agreement is fine. This would be nice to have if I want to get, what's it? Actually, yeah, let's just purchase this. If I want to get, what's it called? Lunar Memory? Let's see. Fully heal SP's turn. Actually, let's keep that. Let's do this, please. Thank you. Okay. So now we need like the blunt, yeah, okay. Kind of pushed my luck too far with that one. Alright. Yeah, you like Sinclair too. That's good. Low-key, I love the lowest star because it basically is blunt attacks sinking on hit. Nice. You can craft Lunar Memory, by the way. Yes, I know. The issue is actually getting the pieces to craft it. I think we're good for now. Well, we still have a couple. We have a little bit of money left. I don't know. Well, we can do... we can't purchase too much. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. This is floor 4. We're doing fine. We've gone up to floor 13 before. Check out the we've been to floor 14. We'll be fine. It's just this guy. Oh, it's Dongring. Oh, you're cooked. You're cooked, bro. I'm gonna send you to the sun. How about that? Bring a little light into your life. A lot of light into your life, actually. We can make a Epic the Musical reference in here. The golden cows who belong to the sun god. We're gonna send you to the sun god where all the cows are, Dongring. So, yeah. Honestly, I could probably one-turn him. I think so. Well, probably not with this particular setup that I have right now, but this guy's easy. I'm not worried about him at all. Even with his buffs, like, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. The amount of rupture is going to be insane. Yeah, you're cooked, bro. It really don't matter what you do. The high show team is just gonna beat up just a random distorted scientist. I really used to like fear this fight when I got into Mirror Dungeons, and now it's like look how much our sitters have upgraded. We've already done like, yeah, low-key might actually one-turn him. Oh, Yi-Sang just doing like a whole bunch of extra damage to his old comrade is hilarious. Look, we already got him down to 170 HP. Look at that. We almost one-turned him. I bet if we planned it even just slightly better, we could have one-turned him. But yeah, no, he's cooked. We don't even need to play into his gimmick. Literally just skipped his behavioral shift with that. Alright. Bye, Dongring. Yep, there we go. Game over. That was the easiest fight I've ever had with this guy in a long time. That's crazy. Alright. Last floor, unless we... Oh, by the way, let me know now. Chat, do you want me to go above... Oh. Do you want me to go above, floor 5? Or no? Let me know. Ooh, special contract, please. I love special contract. Ooh, tempting. Very tempting. Sure, do it. Incredible power creep, of course. Yes. That one would probably be. This is sweeper. So, which one? Which one do you guys think? Have a specific preference? I really don't. I'm just here for the rewards. Nocturnal sweeping. For the Mao Eagle gift. All right. Oh, I hate this one. I don't like the sweepers, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It'll be great. Everything will be fine. Pain. That's what happens when we run. Oh, right. I forgot about the Canto 8 music. It's such a vibe, isn't it? Alright. Bye-bye. Oh, you're cooked. Oh my goodness. You all are so cooked. I love feeling powerful. I love walking into a battlefield and being like, oh yeah, I got this. That's like the best feeling in the world, is knowing that, like, honestly, I enjoy that feeling a little bit more than, like, this is gonna be a hard fight, but I finally won it. Although that is like a great adrenaline rush, I do love the pride that comes with, like, you walk into a fight and you're like, oh yeah. Granted, you need a balance of both, because, like, if you always walk in with that, then it's like, man, everything's too easy, and you just kind of get bored very quickly, so of course you need, like, a balance of that, but I don't know. That's just me. If you get Strange Glyph, Inscription, and Strange Talisman, you can craft a really good tier 4 Ego gift. Alright. We'll try, we'll do our best to try and get it. You're cooked. Nice. Awesome. Finish them off. Well, we probably still have another round, but yeah. Were these guys just like the normal grunts in the first interval in H-Corp? I forgot. Well, they clearly weren't important enough for me to remember, so... Faust, you're at 45 SP. You should not be rolling tails. Cool. Neat. We're just going through this. Sweepers one might be a little interesting, but I'm sure we'll be fine. The bastard 5%. Yeah. Await orders. Yeah. Let's just await for. I don't know if this is like what we're supposed to do or. There you go. Good job. Talismans from Q Corp. I think we just got something. Oh, Strange Glyph Inscriptions. There we go. That one's a nice one that you were talking about, right? Yep. And Strange Talisman is what is the other one that you were saying. Cool. Alrighty. Let's see. Is this one just another grunt one? Oh, it's other high show. Hey guys, look. It's high show versus high show. The only difference is we're all psyched up and these guys are not. What branch are these guys? The Mao? We got a couple Mao in here. 3 of them actually, but I think you're cooked. I'll just say that. Just because it's really hard to roll heads at 0 SP. I truly don't believe it's 50-50%. Not gonna lie. I feel like Tails always has advantage. Wow!
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니.
Sucks to be you.
마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한번
I wonder if in Canto 12 we're gonna have all 12 sinners. Because that one Easter, that Limbus Company April Fool's event, not Easter, April Fool's event, which I have on my channel, fully recorded. Not my reaction to it, more just the thing itself. Wow, Rupture is insane. All these Rupture gifts. But, like, we had all 12 sinners fighting Charon and Virgilius' body. It was really funny. But, I'm curious if they were doing that to test, like, what it would be like to have, all 12 sinners in the fight. Oh, I don't think I've seen that one before. Ooh, Homeward. Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get Homeward. Alright, let's try and get, this blunt ego gift, shall we? Let's, like, really, like... There we go, crush memory. Good. That's they're on the right track. I don't know if we can do... Oh, we can. Let's just do, like, let's do Pierce this time. I don't really want to get rid of... whatever, really. Whatever. Please be a Pierce memory. Dang it! That sucks. And the rest are Rupture, and I don't want to get rid of them. Maybe... Okay, what about Slash? No, unlucky on all ends. Alright. I see how it is. Alright, well, we're making slow progress with getting Lunar Memory, but not too much, unfortunately. So, alright, the sweeper fight. Yippee! I do think people complain that some fights are too hard because they're afraid of losing their initial team of 6 or 7. Please don't let there be any Gen Alphas in the chat. But I think, like, I think it's a really bad fight when you can't defeat it with a full-fledged team of 12. Then I'm like, okay, there's a problem. Alright. Heads, guys. Please, I don't want to have this problem today, where you guys are rolling tails because of that 5%. The amount of times I've actually crashed out about that 5% is just, what the heck? This 5% is crazy. I might crash over it again. I've done it many times in my Limbus Shores, and I might do it again. Because, like, what the heck, guys? You're at 45 SP. You should not be losing. You're dominating. All of you are dominating. You should not lose a clash. None of you should be losing a clash. If I see any of you lose a clash, I'm going to lose my marbles. Okay, good. Alright, stage 2. No? There's still more? Okay. Dominating. Yeah. You guys should not be losing this clash. It's scary. Why are you rolling tails? Why are you rolling tails? You got 45 SP. It's 95% that you should roll heads. Why is there a consistent tail rolling base here? Guys, you're not in Claire. I did not give you special permission to roll tails. That was awesome. Whatever you say, little guy. Okay, you're starting to see the end of it, Sinclair? Oh, I wish. This is only the beginning. Oh, good. Well done, Faust. Good job. Do it again. Good. Well done. Faust is definitely winning the MVP reward at the end of this. Good. They're just taking care of these, like... I think the high show team is sweeping the road. Anybody else heard that Canto 8 was like secretly a tremor tremor season instead of a rupture season, because we got like so many tremor IDs this season. Okay, someone lost the flash. I don't forgot who it was. Hi Nakil, welcome. Dang, you want to play Limbus but your PC and phone can't handle it? Aw, I'm sorry to hear. It's a big game. Like, it says it's kind of small on Steam, but then all the stuff it has to download when you're in the game, like, it's a lot. Sometimes it doesn't even run for me, so I understand. Goat Salt wins again, indeed. Yeah. And also, I don't think, unfortunately, video games aren't really monetized or optimized anymore. They aren't optimized, which is really sucky because, like, you know, you have games like Helldivers or God of War, which takes up like 100 gigabytes, but then you have big games like Skyrim, and Skyrim's only 15 gigabytes sped. Like, I wish, like, video games spent more time on optimization rather than just, let's make it a big game possible. Because granted, how the frick did... What the flip, Hoglu? What the flip? What happened? What the freak? He left him at 1 HP. What happened? Dude! I look away for 1 second and you completely lose your crap. That's insane. He is still standing. True, he is still standing. That's an insane, like, 1 HP though. That's crazy. You better hope your soldiers work hard for you so you don't get hit, Buster. W trash disposal troll. He's still standing. Oh, did he just die? Oh, he just died from something else. That sucks. Okay, well, he just gets revived on the next floor, I guess. Wow, how it shows you failed to protect your leader. How do you feel about that? Man, that was really sucky, Honglu. You're supposed to be the goated ID up until this point, and what do? You fail a clash to a Seeker. A Seeker! Come on, man. I expected better from you. Alright. These are all terrible options. These are all even worse. Dude, my class president plays Limbus and he carried me in the school project. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. We like Limbus a lot around here. Make a lot of Limbus shorts and play Limbus a lot. These are all terrible. I don't want to do any of these. What's a rupture-based thing that I could do? Spring cultivation. What's the boss of spring cultivation? Oh, that's probably that. Have I done it? Oh, it's way. Okay. I don't know. Let's just beat up this guy. Because I, feel like it. Alright, Honglu. You ready to, make up for your mistakes? I sure hope so, because... Oh boy, did you fail miserably. I probably would not be a nice manager. I think I'm too blunt for that kind of stuff. And everyone just lost XP. Great job. Alright. Go. Also, the sim materials are mostly less for some reason. True. I think this video on TikTok where someone is turning Mersal into multiple abominations where his first introduction voice lines being spammed. That's funny. Yeah, I think in the high show teams it's gluttony. That's the main sin. Okay. Okay, you're not at 45 SP anymore, so it makes sense. Oh, you're using a different sin instead of Faust. Alright. I can get behind it. Oh, maybe you are just using Faust, actually. Yeah, okay, you are using Faust. I thought you were using a different sinner. I was gonna be excited for a moment, but nope. Clearly you have favorites, I suppose. Lol, suckers. Yep, feel free to subscribe if you're new here. We like Limbus, we stream Limbus. At the beginning of the stream, we made a bingo for Canto 9 predictions. That was a lot of fun. I thought it was fun. Breaking down a 3-minute video in an hour. Good job, Sinclair. I'm proud of you. Cool, cool. Good. Good, Yisung. You know, for Yisung being the... Yisung and Sinclair being the weakest in like the 7.5 evaluation. Yisung having Ringsang and Sinclair having Enclair. Both one of the like timeless strongest IDs in the game. Is really funny to me. At this point, most gambling gacha game is Limbus Company because every move has a chance. Yes, yes, we are gambling. We are gambling with every win rate. Every win rate is a gamble. Okay, I think we'll finish this floor, and then I might end stream. We've been going on for 2.5 hours, and it's kind of late where I am, so... If you want to see me do a Mirror Dungeon Infinite run, we did that on my last Limbus stream, so I do recommend watching that one. That's where I faced Lee Hang again, and yeah, it was really sucky. But we did it. We got rid of him. Would Library of Irina also be a gambling game? Because you have to die some breaded books? Probably. Who wants more gambling when we roll for another Don Quixote ID? That's crazy. That is gambling, though. I've thought about trying other gacha games, but I'm not really sure like where to go, because I feel like Limbus Company is such a special case of gacha games because they're very merciful. I think like Genshin Impact is a gacha game, Love and Deep Space is a gacha game. I just know of those ones because they're, or Wuthering Waves I think is a gacha game. I'm not really sure, but I think like, oh no. I don't know, like, other games to play that are gacha games, or if people would even enjoy them. I don't know. My audience is so kind of, like, wide-ish spread that... Umasume? Oh, everyone in my D&D server has been playing Umasume, and I blatantly refuse because it looks so silly. It looks so stupid. I feel like it's a game for simps, and although people do call me a simp on here, I'm not a simp. Is that the one where like the racing horses? Like the people are the horses and they race as horses? I'm not playing that. Usama is another one. They also won the best mobile game. That's yeah, that is it. That's crazy. That's insane. No, I don't think I will stoop down that low. I might be a little insane, but at least I have dignity. When it should have been Limbus Company, it really should have been Limbus Company. They're just a little too niche for consideration at the moment. Hashimi. I don't even know if I should be saying that, actually. I don't know what that means. Ryu. Or just another genre. That's fair. I mean, I play Valheim, which is like if Minecraft and Skyrim had a baby. Valheim is so peak. That's what I'm releasing shorts on right now. That's super awesome. I play Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in a while on the channel. We play God of War. God of War is pretty neat. We recently got into Lord of the Rings Mines of Moria, so it's like Skyrim and Valheim, but it's Lord of the Rings themed. So it has a lot of like Lord of the Rings lore and whatnot, and I'm a really big Lord of the Rings fan. I took a whole class on it this last semester, so that's been really fun to do. We played Detroit Become Human way back when I had my old avatar and old mic, so not taking streaming as seriously as I am now. Let's see, what other games did we play? I should remember. We tried Degrees of Separation with Shoebox the other day. That was fun. I play Umasume because it's the only gacha game that I like. Fair enough. I mean, everyone has their own genres, right? Let's see. I'm now curious. I'm not very curious, like... I play other games. I'm just blanking. We played Deltarune as a subscriber special. It was alright. I don't think I actually got to like the good stuff, unfortunately. We did a playthrough of Terraria, but it was more, here's some cool weapons, let's go fight a boss, rather than actually like exploring the game. We play Helldivers. Helldivers is a lot of fun. I need to get back into that. Need to do a stream of that before I leave. We play Repo. Repo's fun. Repo's when we can get like most of the gang together. Because a lot of my streams do have a lot of other people that join me, and they help make the stream. Limbus Company is the only one that I can really like actively stream by myself because well, it's a single player thing. Same with God of War, actually. Might buy you just to help with what about Slash? Are you gonna give me anything? No? Alright, well, let's see if we can fuse. Let's see. You and you. And let's just throw you in there for the mix. Yes. Please give me slashed memory. Or slendered memory. Thank you! Appreciate you. That was awesome. Deal 10% more slash damage. That will be very useful. I don't know if I want to get rid of that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I want to get rid of that. Let's go Pierce. I guess we could try to morph. I do really want Lunar Memory. Just buy these. Let's just heal the group. So this is our last, like... 2, 2, 2. If we add one more... I guess we can add Homeward. There we go. Please, 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 please give me... Yes! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lord. And thanks to Project Moon 2. We got Lunar Memory! Yay! For those of you who don't know, it changes everything to Fatal, which is times 2. It's great. I'm gonna destroy everything in my path now. This is peak. Oh, let me catch up on chat real quick. I also want to play Battlefield 6, but you sold your PS4. It was a bad idea. I mean, everyone has their own reasons for selling. Depending on the reason why you sold it could depend on if it was a good decision or not. Sometimes we need to disconnect and go outside and touch grass. Have you all touched grass, by the way? Go touch grass if you haven't today. My friends are obsessed with Deltarune. Yeah, same with mine. A lot of my friends are super obsessed with Deltarune, and I don't get the hype. I liked Undertale when I played through it. I didn't stream it, but I played through Undertale and I liked it. I did the like true pacifist route. But I don't get the hype of Deltarune. I really don't. I'm a sub real quick though. Thank you! Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us in the small community that we have here. Appreciate you, Nakil. Nakil? Is that how you would like me to pronounce you? Loki, since you have horse saying get the bell and Nixie divergence for free fragile. Oh, I should have done that. Oh well. Currently world building for your story. Ooh, do you write? What kind of stories do you write? I'm a published author, so I'm always curious to hear other people's stories. Please, when I finally download Limbus Company, give me the Don Quixote ID. I bet you one of the first IDs you're gonna get is Wild Hunt. Because that's every, like, new Limbus Company player thing, I believe. Is that, like, they always get Wild Hunt. They always get He Hook Wild Hunt. You're welcome, you're welcome. Oh, you said I sold it for the Nintendo. Oh, buddy. Buddy. Oh, why? Oh. Yeah, I will agree with you that it was a bad idea. That's rough. That's really rough. I'm so sorry. Oh, this looks neat. Let's get that. Sure, let's risk fighting the whale. It better not be the whale. I really hope it's not the whale. Hell, I hate the whale. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be great. That's the fox down there. I know that. Yo, bro, you forgot to craft a strange glyph and talisman fusion? Oops. We'll do that up here. With like, Roblox, mainly racing games. Oh, neat. Not really, right, but you do draw model blueprints. That's cool. I wish I could draw, because like as a writer who, you know, as an author who creates like a bunch of like characters, I would love to be able to draw my own characters, but I can't. I always have to like go to other artists and pay them. I know like a lot of artists are like against AI and all, but say like as a broke author who works visually, sometimes it's nice to have like a visual of a character and not having to pay like $100 for a good drawing. Because although I'm 100% like, you know, in support of artists, like if I have the money, I am more than willing to pay for real art, because there's just something about human art that AI art doesn't get. Like poses or just an emotion through the art. Like that's what I'll pay good money for. I've dropped good money, I've dropped a lot of money on good art. But sometimes if I just need a quick concept and I'm broke because I'm a college student, sometimes I can't afford it. So I believe it has its place, but not as a it has its place, but it's not a replacement. If you catch my drift. Any tips to write? Start by reading. This is really funny because I don't really read too much unless it's outside of class because I'm an English major, so I already read a lot. But start with reading because you'll learn different writing styles and pay attention to like how people describe things, how people insert dialogue. Try to make dialogue as realistic as possible. There's a lot of movies and stuff that like have dialogue go in a very like sophisticated way, but if you're going for a more natural feel, like just have a normal conversation between people. And also, my tips would depend on what genre you're writing. Like if you're writing historical fiction, do your research. Really do your research on like the mythology and the history of the place that you're doing historical fiction in. Really research like what kind of foods do they have, how do they take care of themselves hygienically or medicinally, like really do like your background research on it. But if it's fantasy, make sure that you develop your world. If I ask you, does your world grow avocados on trees or do they grow them in the ground? You should be able to answer the question with how much you developed your fantasy world. Like there should be so much lore for your fantasy world that like you're like, oh, does your world have a government system? Do they do politics? Is it just a monarchy with a king? Like, if you're creating a fantasy world, just develop your setting, and the characters will also just develop themselves within that setting. Because for fantasy, setting is very, very important. And a lot of people miss that, because they'll focus on the characters, but your characters will shine a lot more if they adapt to the setting that they're in, if it's fully developed. Trying to think, sci-fi? Do your research on how electronics work. Of course, you can be a little bit creative with, like, you know, like connections or how different machines work, but really do your research on, like, how do you build them? Create a culture around building these sci-fi machines and really pay, like, details and attention to specific and unique machines that your sci-fi world has. For normal fiction, I would definitely just focus on the characters. Like, focus on their interactions with one another. Focus, like, focus on developing them as how you wish them to be. Really pay attention to, one thing that I always give advice for in terms of writing characters is you'll have a character idea, but ask the why. So, like, for example, in the upcoming book that I'm writing, it's called Beyond the Bound Pages, and it stars a girl named Saga who's going to have an isekai through Greek, Roman mythology, and into the Bible. As like a linear thing. And she's a very, like, fiery, passionate, like, I need no man, I can do everything on my own. It's going to be quickly proven wrong when she has to enter in war with a bunch of men in the ancient Greece. But I had to ask myself, why is she so fiery and I don't need no man? And she is that way because her father abandoned her when she was young. So, like, you have, like, certain personality traits for your characters, but then you have to answer why. Why are they like this? Are they just angry for no reason? Because that doesn't really make sense. Humanity is not really angry for just no reason, if you catch my drift. Like, there's some sort of build-up to it. And for Saga, that was her father abandoned her when she was young, so she was like, you know what, I'm not going to ever need a man in my life ever again. I'm going to do everything on my own. And she has a lot of bitterness and anger from that. So, but yeah. But especially if you're doing, like, a fantasy setting, like, really, like, develop your setting so that way you can revolve your characters around it. If you're doing historical fiction, do your research around the time period that you're doing in. Not necessarily, you don't have to have everything accurate, but it really does help you understand that time period. And is there any, like, specific genre that you want advice on? Let me see. Figuring out the theme for what is the purpose of life or something like that. That varies on person to person. Personally, I'm a Christian, and so I believe the purpose of life is to expand God's kingdom. Not forcing that on anyone. I'm just open about my faith. So that's what I believe the purpose of life is, but it definitely varies on who you ask. Because some people it's like live life to the fullest or live your happiness life. Some it's like serve others. That's the purpose of life, is to see others' happiness. And, you know, like me, I'm like, oh, expand the kingdom of God. You know, like it varies from person to person. We all think different things based on our different walks of life. Oh yeah, the first thing we're gonna do is gonna fuse the gift, right? This one and this one, right? Yeah, there we go. Not so good with people. I draw tanks or vehicles. Oh, that's a skill and a half. That's a really good skill. Wow. That's very impressive. I could never do that. I feel like we have all the rupture gifts. I kind of forgot. We might be a slash group. Let's see. I'm realistically like that because you have a lot of nations. So it's fantasy more? That's fair. Yeah, if you have a lot of nations, do they have some sort of, like, alliance? Are they neutral to each other? If one is struggling, do they support each other? Do they not? Are there tensions in the politics there? Is there politics, or is it just kind of one guy ruling one nation? And, like, what is their stance on their government system? Because that will determine a lot on how things are run. Focus more on the settings and characters. That's good. It's later though. I actually do write too. Ooh, what do you write, Ree? I'm curious now. I know you said that a little bit ago. I hope you're still here. Writing this Roblox fanfiction about moderation and basically on how the head does it with claws. Oh, okay. Interesting. The LC also has them, so I might read them. Nice, nice. That's actually cool. Thanks. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this. Poetic. Now let's talk about Limbus Company. I like the history, which is really my advantage. That's good, that's good. Limbus Company has a lot of lore. Don't get me wrong. I do think we're a slash team. Ooh. I'm gonna grab that. Limbus Company has a lot of lore. Like, they have so much in their setting. But I think an issue with it is, like, they don't have a proper way to convey all of the lore that they have. And I feel like their lore is very confusing. So for example, guys. Hear me out on this one. Limbus Company lore is a little bit too complicated for their own good. Because, like, when I was first getting into Limbus Company, it was difficult to understand, like, okay, I learned about the abnormalities, I learned about distortions, I learned about, you know, Pecatulum. Eventually I got the hang of, like, all the lore behind those things. But then it got so complicated where it's like, oh, there's... Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Bro. I can't escape you. You're literally everywhere. You're literally everywhere. No. No. Go. Get out. Get out. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's fine. It's just the whale. It's just a flippin' whale. Oh, I hate my life. Why? Why? Sorry guys, I got distracted. My least favorite abnormality came into view and I wanted to cry. Granted, he's not like super hard to defeat, but like, oh my goodness. I really hate this guy. He's kicked my butt before and his design is cool though, I will admit. Okay, bye! Time to die. Okay. But now there's like different classifications of distortions, there's different types of distortions. I get the different classes of abnormalities, but like now there's different things for Pecatulum and different classifications for the monsters outside. It feels in all of the different like systems within the different cities and how things work, it feels very, very complicated. And here's the issue with that. It is very hard for readers to get into your story if your lore is that complicated. Because, like, for example, if, like, you know, let's take Lord of the Rings, for example. Lord of the Rings is a pretty, like, kind of basic forward-through story. Like, the majority of the people can watch Lord of the Rings and understand what's going on and move on. Oh, no. Oh. Ha, sucker! Take that! One turned him. Beautiful. Fun fact, actually, Jekyll and Hyde in my campaign recently corroded with, like, the negative encephalum and whatnot, and they turned into the whale. Like, it was like a random dice out of all the abnormalities, and they turned into the flippin' whale. They turned into the blind obsession whale. I could not believe my own irony on that situation. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is, like, Limbus Company has a lot of complicated lore, and it's not necessarily to their own, Actually, I'm kind of done. I don't really want to do this anymore. Oh, neat. Good job, Honglu. Despite you almost dying that one time. Don't think I was gonna forget that. We'll probably just do like some dailies and whatnot. Okay, you can stop talking now, Honglu. I said shut up! Thank you. Limbus Company lore is really, really hard to get into. Unlike, say, Lord of the Rings, there is so much Lord of the Rings lore, especially if you read, like, the Silmarillion and the Hobbit, and there's so many different legends and so much more in the Lord of the Rings universe that you can go in and dive into to understand, which would make you appreciate the films more. But, like, you don't have to, right? You can understand the basic story without needing to know all of that. Limbus Company is not that way. Limbus Company is so hard to understand, especially all of its lore and in the different sections. Like, in order to understand everything that's going on, you have to understand all of its lore, and they don't really explain it in the best way either. Like, I often have to go to my Limbus Company friend nerds to dumb it down for me to actually understand something that's going on. So they don't do a good job at explaining their complex lore. So here's the thing. If you're gonna have complex lore, have your story simple enough so just casual readers can understand it. And if people want more complex lore, they can go out and look for it. Don't have it to where you need to know all of this lore in order to understand what's going on. That's what Limbus Company does, and that's my only, like, downgrade with it, if that makes sense. So don't do that. Don't do that. That's not very nice to your readers. It was really hard to get into the fandom because I just had no idea what anything was. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're writing. Like, if it's okay to have a lot of lore, just make sure that the general story is simple enough for casual readers to understand. And then if people want more lore, go ahead and make more, you know? Don't mind my poor execution of a blunt team. Don't worry about it. But that's one thing I would encourage with, like, sci-fi and complex matters is you just want to be able to have your readers understand it. Okay, let me catch up with chat. Sorry, I just yapped for a whole bunch. Yeah, for real, has American classes free? You chat now, though? I've been yapping for too long. You're fine, Nekil. You rather up your team, you'll wipe it? Yeah, annoying. One turns, yep. Yep, one turn to the whale. That was really nice. Really nice not to have to deal with it. That's what it gets for completely demolishing me the first couple times I faced it. Mine's kind of a basic, but with poetry, if your home language mixed with English, it can be confusing. Fair enough. 3 heads or tails? Tails. Alright. Heads. You lost 100 aura points. That's crazy. Yes, Don Quixote. I love Don Quixote. Oh boy. You're in the wrong house with that one. I personally like Sancho better, but again, I've dived into my opinion of Don Quixote and way too many other streams, so I won't go too into detail, but she's alright. Better than Rodion, I'll actually say. I don't really like Rodion too much. He loves vampires. Bro, that's crazy. It's okay to love a character, not in a weird way. Like, I see Sinclair as like a son. Like, I don't think that's weird. Wow, that's just a lot of lust. Oh, it's basically a blood... Nah, not really a bloodfiend team. It's just... happens to just be a... Anyway. But yeah, just keep that in mind when you're writing. That would be my advice from an author. Also, descriptions are your best friend. Make sure to also this is for every genre. Keep the 5 senses in mind. Usually people focus on what you see or what you hear. Like, describe a scene as what you smell. What does the air taste like? Or do you taste anything when, you know, you go in? What do you feel when you go in? Is the air musty? Is it dry? Do you feel something brushing up against you? Like, make sure you describe all 5 senses when you're describing scenes. Because then it makes it feel like the reader is actually there, rather than just seeing and hearing things. Ishmael sounds so biblical. Nah. Ishmael is pretty far from a biblical thing. I think, well, very Sinclair source material, Damien, has a lot of biblical elements, but I wouldn't necessarily call it biblical elements because it takes stuff from the Bible and twists it, which I'm not really a big fan of, but it does include, like, some biblical terms and whatnot, so there's that. Have you ever fought your enemies with Blood Feast on the line? Yes. Oh, actually, fun fact about the Don Quixote fight, I had to solo it with, like, W Don because I couldn't do it with the full flesh team. Alright, let's just skip this. I don't really want to fight this guy. Cool. I think this is a pretty decent stream, don't you think? Please stay tuned. We'll be streaming Monday, Lord of the Rings, Mines of Moria. I know that's like the complete opposite genre of what most people expect from like Limbus Company, but it's really fun. We have a great time. The whole gang joins us, and yeah. We're 46. Okay, we're close-ish. That's why it's called W Dawn. Yeah, exactly. We'll do one more. And then we'll end stream. But yeah. Feel free to join us for our other streams. I would love to see you guys there. Thank you guys for, you know, subscribing and spending some time with me in this. I love to geek about Limbus lore. I don't get too often. Hey man, what the heck? You're at positive sanity and you roll all 3 tails? Guys, it's not 50-50. They changed it. You have a challenge for me? What's your challenge? I'm curious. Nah. Hey dude, what the frick? Sinclair, you're in the ID where I give you special permission to roll tails and you roll all heads and you're on negative SP. Come on, guys, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. You know, you wanna have to keep fighting if you actually did your job correctly. Stop slacking and get on with it. It's your first time winning a clash, Gregor? See, the faster you take care of the problem, the faster you get to go home. How the frick is he rolling like all heads at like 0 SP? That's insane. That's actually insane. You know what? You know what? Fine, I will string it manually. Wow, the lag is real on this one. No, I want that one. Only use one sinner with no ego and you don't use win rate and you only use one move and you must win every clash. If you lose a clash, quit the game and play Geshin. Also, enemy must be a boss. Oh dang. So, you might have missed the first part of the stream, but I brand myself as a noob because I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't think I'm smart enough to actually run something like that. Because even solo runners, like, if they don't get like a favorable like first clash or something, they have to restart in order to continue. I don't think I'm smart enough to actually do a solo run like that. I know people who can do it, but I don't think I'm one of them. Because again, I'm not a pro at Limbus Company. I'm just a noob that got lucky up until this point. That's literally it. So, although I would love to accept your challenge, one, I can't necessarily quit Limbus because I gotta, well, that's like my main branding. That's what gets the most views on this channel, and two, I'm a noob. I don't think I could complete it even if I wanted to. Also, I don't know if I want to stoop as low as to play Genshin Impact. I've heard things about that game. But I don't know. Should I make a subscriber goal? If I reach a certain amount of subscribers by a certain time, I play Genshin Impact? What do you think? Cool. Alright. It's almost 11 for me, so that's gonna be end the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe so that way I can see you again. I would love to see your faces again. Stick around. We do Limbus a lot. And other games as well, so join this. I'll have to do a stream eventually of the Refraction Railway, because I haven't done that yet. But yeah, please join me again in a different stream. I would love to have you all. And yeah, I don't know if I have too much else to say. Oh, this is my friend code if you want to friend me on Limbus Company. I try to have all of my Walpurgis units up because I know a lot of people sometimes don't have those, so I have all my Walpurgis units that you can use. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Again, thank you guys so much for watching me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on those notifications so you know when I go live again. You know, all the typical YouTube things that people ask you to do here on YouTube. Trust a small creator. And goodbye.